Coming up in an hour, a semifinal in the World Baseball Classic on FS1. Pitcher Aaron Nola and Italy 5-0 in the tournament goes up against a Venezuela team that upset Japan on Saturday night. Miami will also be hosting the Tuesday night final. The U.S. will be starting Mets pitcher Nolan McLean then. The Americans eliminated the Dominican Republic on Sunday night. Among the NBA games about to go, Atlanta, winners of 9 straight, host an Orlando team that's won 7 in a row. Lakers have one of the late games at Houston. Luka Doncic of L.A. named Player of the Week in the West, and of course Miami's Bam Adebayo Player of the Week in the East. Minnesota's Anthony Edwards will miss Tuesday's game with a sore knee. Alabama guard Aiden Holloway was arrested on felony drug charges and removed from campus. He averaged 17 points a game. The Kansas City Chiefs acquired quarterback Justin Fields from the Jets. I'm Steve DeSager.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Password.
Ack.
Enter, brother.
That's right. Come on in. With that password, you now have full access to this very fine radio program for the next 3 hours.
2, not 3, not 4,
Not 2,
not 5,
not 2,
Thank you,
not
LeBron.
6,
No
not
matter
7. I really mean it.
No matter how you listen in, Fox Sports Radio, foxsportsradio.com, the iHeartRadio app, Sirius XM Channel 83, and, of course, now live on YouTube.
We'll do it live. I'll write it. We'll do it live. Do it.
All right. All right. Thank you, Bill.
All right.
Say my name.
Rob Parker.
Say his name.
Kelvin Washington.
And we are indeed the odd couple on this non-canceled Magic City Monday on a Monday. That's right.
Oh.
And guess what? You'll need our phone number because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly national sports talk radio show on the planet.
Ben Maller.
Oh, here it is.
Ben Maller.
Thank you. At least when people are still awake. Sorry about that, Ben. Yes.
Yeah, you got to make
Thanks,
sure.
Craig
You got to
Melvin.
stay up.
Okay, write it down. Committed to memory, 877-99 on Fox. For you laymen out there that can't figure out the letters and numbers, it's 877-996-6369.
It gets hard sometimes.
And if you hear feedback on the line when you call and it's your own fault, it means only one thing.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
And if you call in here and have a problem with what we say, tough, because... And with all of that said, always remember...
Sweetie, beady, beady. Sweetie, beady, yeah.
All right, let's go. Big show. Let me welcome in my co-host. He is Kelvin Washington.
Kelvin Washington. Happy Monday. Magic City Monday.
It's Magic City Monday. It might not be at
Atlanta at the Hawks.
At the Hawks game, which was today, supposed to be that very special
You
day.
think they're showing up right now? It's about 7 there. You think the opposite? Like, you know how you would have got a...
No, I want my refund. I'm not going to see T.I. I want my refund. I want my money back. That's what I would have done. Period.
I wonder. Yeah, we'll see what actually happens. Why are you here? You ain't supposed to be here.
Yeah, I'm working. Everything's cool.
Okay.
I'm here.
All right.
I'm working.
Just making sure.
Yes.
All right, it's good to see you though.
Yes.
Fresh cut. Got your white nice sweatshirt on. Okay.
Rob Parker.
See you out here.
I'm not supposed to be wearing white. It's not yet.
Well,
Summertime.
I ain't gonna lie. Right now, looking at us on YouTube, you do look like an angel. Like you are glowing right now.
Oh, okay.
Did I do that?
Did I?
I know I shouldn't get carried away, but you do right now on the YouTube. Shout out to everybody on YouTube.
Yes, there you go. All right, we got a lot to get to, a lot to do on this Magic City Monday. No doubt about it. And be sure to check out our brand new YouTube channel. You know, we talk about that all the time. We appreciate all the people who have subscribed, who chime in and watch Monday through Friday, 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern, 4 to 7 Pacific. We appreciate you. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Again, that's Odd Couple on Odd Couple FSR. And be sure to submit that subscribe button and do all that good things. You could comment, and search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. So a lot to get to on this Magic City Monday. Let's welcome in the Odd Couple crew. We wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without them. Rob G is our producer.
But Mexican.
There you go.
Yep.
Iowa Sam.
Mexican is,
Does he ever drop?
Mexican is.
Iowa Sam is the engineer currently.
For now.
Yeah, I'm going to
Does he ever? Do you ever drop?
I have mini drops, but
Yes.
Mary, Mary, why you bugging? Wow.
There you
Okay.
go. Steve
There you
DeSager's at the anchor desk. He'll keep us updated throughout the program. And, of course, Elijah,
Who?
who is our social media guru.
Never heard of
we
him.
are in full effect on this Magic City Monday. A lot to get to. And we're going to start here
Oh, yeah.
with the WBC. And the WBC,
You remember the WB?
yeah, Warner Brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah, the WB.
Yeah. They used to have some decent shows.
They did. I mean, it was
The
good
Frog.
when they had all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had about 5 networks back then, of 6, right?
Yep.
Because WB and
UPN?
UPN.
UPN?
UPN,
Yeah.
because I did the news on UPN. UPN 50. I did the news
In Detroit,
in
right?
Detroit, UPN 50.
Is there a station you didn't work at in Detroit?
I didn't work at Fox 2, but I
Okay.
did some stuff on there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? As a
Yeah.
guest, but I never really worked there. But anyway, Rob G, the WBC last night, the United States, they beat the Dominican Republic 2-1, and they advanced. The Dominican Republic is done, but there was more to it.
Yeah, there was. And number one, it was a great game. It was the two favorites of the tournament going head-to-head, and it was as advertised. Came down literally to the final pitch of the game. A very controversial called third strike there that went in favor of the U.S., gives them the win 2-1. But after the game, obviously the Dominicans were very upset about the way things ended. A lot of talks about wanting the ABS system installed. They feel like they got hosed. But the one thing that really raised some eyebrows is after the game, about an hour after exiting the locker room, Juan Soto, who did not meet with the media, only told one reporter this, quote, "We showed the world who's the best team in baseball, and that's all I got to say."
Well, I don't know what game he was watching. You lost! And you know what? The Dominican Republic, I got it. The lineup, the thumpers, everybody was ranting and raving. But you know what? It was more sizzle, and they didn't deliver the steak because they were averaging 10.2 runs a game coming into that game against the United States. We know about Paul Skeens in Pittsburgh. They better not ever trade him and put some players around him because he's that kind of a talent, okay?
Please.
I mean, just don't do it if you're Pittsburgh. Pay the guy, spend some money on other players.
For once.
But
Stop
the bottom
leaving talent
line
over there.
is I'm so tired of this team, the Dominican Republic, flexing their muscles, celebrating, doing all that crazy stuff. And when they really needed to come through, they were 0. Bad base running, couldn't hit when it mattered. Bases loaded, couldn't bring in a run. Had a great chance to tie the game in the 7th inning, a man on second, a clear base hit to center. Why are you holding up a runner in that situation? You got to go home and score. If they throw you out, you tip your cap. There's 2 outs and a man on second. You still have a chance to tie the game. So it was just bad. And then the idea that they had the nerve to walk out on the press and not talk. I keep telling these players, man, it ain't for us. You're not hurting us. The fans want to hear from you. You were jumping around and throwing flags and dancing and all that other stuff, right? When it's good. But when it's bad, you want no part of it. What world do we live in? Stand up. Be a man. When you were raking and beating all these also-rans, you had plenty of time for the press. The press is a conduit to the fans. They want to hear from you. What happened? How come you only got 1 run after averaging 10.2 runs a game? Was Paul Skeens really that great? Or did you guys just couldn't handle him? Or it was your fault? Or you had bad approaches in facing Paul Skeens? What was it? Instead, we're left to guess as to what happened. Maybe you choked. Is that what happened? You choked. Because we couldn't talk to you. You couldn't tell us what really went down in the game. Unbelievable. And then got the gall, the audacity to talk about you proved that you were the best team. Against who? All those bad countries you played? Come on, man. The best teams in the world. The United States, Japan. They rank up there. You had a lineup. A murderer's row, as they used to say to the 1920 Yankees. And you got 1 run. And then ran home with your tail between your legs because you're so embarrassed. Man, come on with that. The Dominican Republic, their baseball team, I'm saying it. Frauds, fraudulent, chokers. They were not ready for prime time when it really mattered.
Yeah, you a couple of things I'm going to touch on that you mentioned there. So you can't go 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position and then complain. You can't also go from, as you mentioned, having 15 home runs, setting a new record. Your pitching gives up a 1.198 ERA, which is another record. So they have been spectacular. Here's the problem. You were the best if this were a 7-game series. Maybe so. But in this particular tournament, the way it's constructed, you were outs. You were bested by the USA. So you have to own that. You have to accept that. And you know what you got to do, Rob? You got to tip your cap because you lost to a team in a great, hard-fought battle game, and you lost. And to me, when you're the ones – I love it, right? You're back flipping, you're wearing a home run jacket, you're dancing. I have no problem with it. I love it. That is very culturally relevant.
Yeah, but when you lose, you can't do that.
When you lose, you have to own up, man up, tip your cap, and say, hey, I think we're a better team, but today we lost to the team. They ousted us. They bested us. They proved they were better tonight. We'll see them again next year. Whatever you want to say, hey, Skeens was he was just amazing. He was outstanding today. I'd love to get another shot at him. But you can't do that to me. I don't like that. You can't have bravado. You can't do all of that. And when you have to own up that you lost, you were bettered, and you can't speak up. I'm not a fan of that. So to me, if you're going to have the razzle-dazzle, you're going to have the flair, you're going to have the personality, I love it. I think it's entertaining. And I know that's how they get down culturally. I'm with it. But you also got to man up and know when you got to stand on business and say, hey, that team was better than us. We'll get them next year, or whatever you'd like to say. But you say something. You come out and you speak. So that's that. I know they were mad at the last out. I know it was an egregious call, but that's a part of sports. You know that in any sport. We sit up here and we got a million TVs. We watch all the games. That is a part of it.
The game has been played for 150 years. 100%. Come on, man. I mean, swing the bat. I get it. Is it the greatest pitch? How about the other opportunities? Tatis came up, struck out. They still had runners on first and third with 1 out.
That's what I said.
Right?
They have 2 of 9. You got to be better than that.
And both the Tatis and the next guy both struck out.
Yeah.
You're going to blame the umpire for that too?
And
I just don't understand
their shots to win
and the
it.
bases loaded. They couldn't get anybody in.
Which Rob, I also think why they were frustrated, why they acted the way they did, is because they knew in their minds we probably should have won this game had we had an opportunity to score. Had we knocked in another run or two, had we not struck out back-to-back when we had guys in scoring position. So I think that added to their frustration, but that's still not how you turn around and handle it. So I was disappointed in that. And, again, I know they'll go home and they'll be able to hold all the stats. Again, they set a record with home runs, 15. Their pitching set a record with a 1.98 ERA. But at the end of the day.
The pitching was great. They gave up two runs to the United States.
100%.
Julio Rodriguez robbed Aaron Judge of a home run. It could have been the third one for the United States. The pitching put you in position to win the game.
They kept you in the game, and your bats didn't, which is what you were hanging your hat on.
You don't go from averaging 10.2 points
to getting 1.
10.2 runs a game to 1.
So, to me, that's so drastic that you have to then turn and pay respect to that. You get what I mean? That wasn't just we lost 9-8 and all. They completely dominated. You could not. I pitched you. They had you in fits. You couldn't score runs. And so, to me, you tip your cap to that. You say, hey, man, tonight he had it going. They had it going. They had us, we shut out essentially, and I give them a lot of credit for that. To me, that's how you handle that, especially if you're going to be the one boasting and bragging and showing out routinely when you're smacking, other teams up.
100. You get all the fun is great. Just know how to lose gracefully. That's all you got to do is know how to lose gracefully.
And by the way, all the greats do this. A great example. There was probably no one more gracious in loss than arguably but the greatest of all time in basketball, Michael Jordan. For the first 7 years, he was getting his head stumped in. You know what I mean? And he would, hey, good game, man. Even when he would blow teams, hey, man, good game. And so the idea that they can't answer questions, they can't do this, and they got to be all upset about it. Everybody, not like two players, all but I think one.
Like I have the utmost respect for hockey. They beat up each other. They're really rough, and then they shake hands at the end of the championship. Everybody, nobody's ducking out. It's a part of their history and game that, you know what I mean. No matter what went down,
they absolutely have a insane team on paper. They put up insane stats, but when it mattered most, and especially against a team you probably wanted to beat most in USA,
they had a chicken and rice meltdown. I'm just saying.
That sounds good right now, though. You can't eat rice right now, though, right? Are you no rice? You like cauliflower rice? Cauliflower?
No.
He said don't get carried away.
It's either real or nothing. I'm not doing all that. All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-99 on Fox. The Dominican Republic. I mean, what frauds, phonies. Did the Dominicans prove to be fraudulent during the World Baseball Classic? Or was just a bad night at the office? Which one was it? We'll continue that conversation next with you. 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. It is the Odd Couple, where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
In the US of A.
Now, question for you. Is your business struggling to find qualified candidates? If so, you're not alone. Nearly half of hiring decision makers say finding top talent is their biggest challenge. And with the average cost per hire nearly $4,700, every new employee is an investment. So how about hiring differently? Let Express Employment Professionals streamline your hiring process, saving you time and money. Get started at expresspros.com. They're also hitting costs with hiring. We know that. Loss of productivity, endless interviews, and the impact on team morale, well, it can all add up fast. And with Express, hiring is more efficient. Visit expresspros.com to find location nearest you. Expert recruiters at Express have local network of talent ready to go to work. Keep people at the center of your hiring process with your local Express team. Don't let turnover slow you down. Focus on growing your business while Express finds the talent you need to succeed. From the warehouse to the front office, Express staffs all jobs, and whether you need contract workers or new full-time staff members, fast-track hiring with Express. And visit expresspros.com today. Express Employment Professionals, building your workforce, supporting your success.
Yeah, tough scene if you're a Jets fan. Apologies to the late, great Jason Smith, who's no longer with us. The Las Vegas Raiders are sending Geno Smith and a 2026 seventh rounder to the New York Jetropolitans for a sixth-round pick. Basically, to get Geno Smith, that cost them 20 slots in the upcoming NFL draft. According to ESPN Adam Schefter, Geno Smith will already be earmarked to be the QB1 in New York. Justin Fields out, Geno Smith in, reclaiming the starting gig he had back in 2015.
All right, I'm going to make this. I'm not going to pussyfoot around this.
Oh, my.
Aaron Glenn, hello. Is this on?
It's on. We got you.
Today, Aaron Glenn signed his own death certificate. I'm not going to mince words. He will not finish the 2026 football NFL season as Jets head coach. It's a wrap. What are you doing? Here we go again. Last year, you brought in Justin Fields, told us how he was the hardest quarterback to game plan for, and how great they gave him a 2-year contract. People around the NFL and front offices, they laughed in your face. That's your evaluation of a quarterback? And now you go out and get the worst quarterback in the NFL. Geno Smith, Geno Pizza for all that. And the pizza's not good when it's warmed up. It's awful. You're bringing back the same guy who brings nightmares to the Jets fan base. That guy was there, 2013 until 2015, until he got his jaw knocked off. That's when he left the team. All he did was drown in a sea of losses. What is this organization doing? And what is Aaron Glenn doing? He had absolutely the worst first year as a head coach. He was awful. He was so bad that they fired everybody else, everybody that he brought in when he took the job, and he got to stay. And now they got rid of the quarterback that he brought in Justin Fields. Really, Jets? Really, Woody Johnson? Really? Aaron Glenn is dead to me. You hear me? He is dead to me. The NFL now only has one black head coach. He's in Tampa Bay. My God. That's all I can say.
Mic drop. Ooh, and you hungry? That's why you really came with it. Listen, Aaron Glenn, I figured it out. I told Rob G this earlier. Aaron Glenn wants to be the defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions again. And he is doing anything he can, self-sabotaging, to get back to that role. Because nothing else makes sense, Rob. Nothing else makes sense. You get there, you tell Aaron Rodgers, do us a favor. Come on all the way out here to New York. Fly out here. Okay, cool. Let me go meet the new coach. Get out. You tell Aaron Rodgers to get out. Flew him all the way out there to tell him we don't want you anymore. And then you start the season. You go get Justin Fields. You give him a bunch of money. And if that was your choice, great. But now you're not sticking with it. Now you're getting rid of him. You have to pay him. Still have to pay him the money. It's guaranteed money. And now you go out and get Geno back, as you mentioned, back to the Jets, where that was PTSD for Jets fans. And I would imagine for Geno as well. It wasn't as if it was a great situation for him. And if Justin Fields doesn't work there, what makes you think Geno's going to work there? Geno didn't work with the Raiders, where he went with this head coach, Pete Carroll. That was supposed to be the tandem that revitalized the Raider Nation, and it didn't work there. So if it didn't work with his previous coach, who knows him and understands him and had his best years as a pro, who he was with when he was with Pete Carroll, why is he going to work now all of a sudden with the Jets? And Aaron Glenn blames everyone else. Everyone else can get fired. Everyone else can go. 7 coordinators, 8 if you include Steve Wilkins. Steve Wilkes. Everybody can go except him. And so everyone else is the issue. When you were a former defensive back, you're a defensive side of the ball coach, and your entire defense for the first time in the modern era doesn't get even an accidental tip pass interception. So Aaron Glenn, at this point, I'm convinced he's like, what else can I do to make this go horribly wrong so then I can go and be back with the Lions and hopefully try to, rekindle that old thing back? Because none of this makes sense. None of this advances your team. None of this makes the Jets better now or in the future. You have new coaches again. You went and got Geno, who's playing poorly, who leads the league in interceptions at 32 in the last 2 years, and that's the guy you're bringing back. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense, and I truly mean this. I hate to see this because you said it, but it's the truth. We have, 2 black coaches right now? 3. We have 3 black coaches right now.
I was wrong. I'm sorry. I missed one.
Yes. We have D'Amico Ryans, who's a bunch of success, obviously, out there in Houston. But we have 3 headback coaches, black coaches, and I'm serious when I say we might be 3 weeks into the season where we're now down to 2. It is Fox Sports Radio. We are your boys, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, on a Magic City Monday. We got Rick Bucher joining us in about 5 minutes or so. Talk some NBA with him in just a minute. And the Fox Sports Radio Bracket Challenge, well, it is live now that the matchups are set. Be sure to complete your bracket at foxsportsradio.com right now. Compete against our Fox Sports Radio hosts against fellow listeners to see who has the best bracket. And the winning bracket in the Fox Sports Radio Bracket Challenge will win a $1,000 gift card. And, dang, that's a lot of money. And a perfect bracket is going to win you $1 million. Fill out your bracket now until Thursday morning before the games begin. Visit foxsportsradio.com to register to get rules and to fill out your bracket. It is all presented by Webull, trading and investing built for you. All right, we got some calls, Robs, and we're talking about WBC. Dominican Republic loses and don't speak to the media. Soto says that they're still the best team. They proved it, even though they lost. 877-99 on Fox. Who we got?
Andre in Massachusetts. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dre?
How you doing? Happy Monday. Thanks for taking the call. Listen, what did we learn from Big Bill Parcells? You are what your record says you are. And so as much as my heart hurts, I know what this means in the islands, right? You know, all the great baseball players.
They lost. They lost.
You took an L, and you took an L in a meaningful game. I don't want to hear all this. You know, this is a big deal, right? These countries get up for this. It's like the Olympics.
Absolutely.
So we're talking strength. We're talking strength against strength.
But they didn't even lose in the championship game is what, like, seriously.
Semifinal, yeah.
You can't, come on, you can't be having your panties in a bunch and saying you proved something. You didn't even get there to the championship.
Right. And you're in your feelings, and the better approach, never mind ducking the media, get up there and speak on it. You know, you got colorful guys, charismatic guys. You know, you play with a flair. So, you know, talk about why you lost and then talk about why you're winning in the future. But don't try to take some moral victory from a game that you got outmaneuvered and you just lost. And this was a tactical playoff-style game. 2-1. This is real baseball. Guys are giving their all, doing everything. And you just lost to the better team. Admit it and move forward. Thanks for taking the call.
No doubt, Dre. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, thanks. Hold on. Take care of the Commonwealth.
He's got it. He got it on lock.
Dwight in Paducah. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dwight?
What's happening, man? How y'all doing?
Doing good.
Doing great. Yep.
Okay. Here's my theory. Okay, baseball. First of all these teams in there have good hitters. You know, if you talk about looking at the lineups and all of that kind of stuff, how good their hitters are.
Yep.
But the foundation of baseball is pitchers. And in the United States, we just out-pitched them. And then secondly, I learned this when I was in Little League playing baseball. Sportsmanship is sportsmanship, man. You got to everybody hates to lose, but you know, when you lose, you got to be a man about it. But see, what happens when you run your mouth too much or you talk too much, you know, crazy stuff before a game, then it's embarrassing to have to go stand up there after you got your butt.
100%. 100%.
I should have walked in here with a boombox.
I'm
tripping.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem. Is
came in here with a boombox.
You know, they always talk about, you know, writing checks you can't cash and all that kind of stuff.
That's why I said I don't mind it. If you just
you can do that.
Own it.
But after you lose,
you gotta
own it. You didn't prove Juan Soto. You didn't prove anything. If I was a reporter, he said that, I would say, what did you prove?
And didn't you prove that if you think you're the better team, you lost? What
exactly did you prove?
Counterintuitive. Like, you're claiming to be the best, and you guys proved to put up all these stats, but you lost when it mattered most.
Kevin in Culver City, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Kev? How are you?
God is good.
All the time.
All the time.
Hey, did you hear Michael B. Jordan say it at the beginning of his Oscar speech? That was great, man.
Oh, yeah. I needed the crowd. The crowd wasn't quite ready for it, though. They ain't really know.
Oh, yeah. And, Rob, I was with Mom. We were looking at your MLB bro. I didn't know you started that fight with Rob Dibble and Panella. Mom was like, hey, this is your friend Rob Parker. So she follows MLB bro now, man. So
very nice. Yes, and we're ready to kick off the season. If you actually go to MLBbro.com, we got like a new thing on the homepage. It's actually pretty cool. Yeah, so check it out, MLBbro.com.
Yeah. The game, look, this felt like a Team Canada-USA vibe more than the Canada-USA game because this is two heavyweights going back and forth. I thought the pivotal part of the game was the fifth inning. I think when Paul Skeens had them, they had Skeens on the ropes, and we got out of it. You know, they had their opportunities, and they didn't cash them in. And if you want to talk about the umpires, that 3-2 Will Smith pitch, that looked like that was up, and they called it a strike, so it goes both ways. Look, the fact is they had their opportunities. They didn't come and cash them in, and that's why we had Paul Skeens. They had their big guys up there, and they didn't get the job done. Tatis, they had Guerrero Jr., they had Soto, they had Camaro. They had
all their guys. They had every opportunity at 100%.
They won.
Period.
No doubt.
You know, Roman Anthony hit the big home run, and we won the game. And you know, you just got to go tip your caps to a great team win. You know, go there and take the questions. You take the questions when you win. Take them when you don't win.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing too,
have
man.
that
Thank you, Kev. Yeah, it's go up there, take a couple questions, and then you move on. We all move on. You lost in the tournament. It happens.
It's a couple of questions. That's all it is. I just don't.
Look, man. I thought we had it. I thought we've been playing great. I thought But listen, tonight
you remember when Cam Newton didn't talk after the Super Bowl?
Yep.
Like I bet you if he could do that one over again, and he had to apologize. He did.
He had on shorts with cowboy boots the other day.
But that was bad. Like you at the Super Bowl, dude. You can't do that. I'm sorry.
Especially the MVP, right? He was MVP that season, right? Come on now. All right, appreciate the calls. Rick Bucher on the other side of trending with Steve DeSager.
Hello, gentlemen. Semifinal number 2 at the World Baseball Classic comes up in a half an hour on FS1. Pre-game going right now. It'll be Italy 5-0 in the tournament with starting pitcher Aaron Nola tonight against Venezuela that upset Japan 8-5 on Saturday night after trailing 5-2 in the third inning of that game. Undefeated Italy eliminated Puerto Rico on Saturday 8-6. It was an 8-2 lead for him in the fourth inning. It's an Italy team that wound up beating the U.S. in the tournament last Tuesday and was up 8-0 in the sixth in that game. Well, as far as spring training results, Chris Sale of the Braves today beat Tampa Bay 11-2. He pitched 6 innings, allowed 1 run. In the NBA, just underway, Orlando winners of 7 straight at Atlanta, which has won 9 in a row. One of the late games will have the Lakers winners of 5 straight, playing at Houston after 9:30 p.m. Eastern. The Lakers' Luka Doncic named Player of the Week in the West. Bam Adebayo of Miami, Player of the Week in the East. The Clippers are hosting San Antonio at 10 p.m. Eastern time, but Kawhi Leonard of the Clips is out with a sprained ankle, and Minnesota's Anthony Edwards will miss Tuesday's game with a sore knee. Alabama guard Aiden Holloway, who averaged 17 points a game, was arrested on felony drug charges and removed from campus. Memphis coach Penny Hardaway will return. Butler coach Thad Matta retired. To the NFL, the Kansas City Chiefs acquired quarterback Justin Fields and cash from the Jets for a 6th-rounder next year. The 49ers signed veteran wide receiver Christian Kirk. Former Pro Bowl defensive back Darius Slay retired after 13 years. Carolina re-signed punter Sam Martin. Back to you.
Steve, thank you so much. It's the Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday, and joined now by Rick Bucher, Fox Sports Radio NBA analyst, also an author. And by the way, it is his birthday. Happy birthday to you, Rick.
Happy birthday, Rick. How are you?
Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it. Okay, let's keep it moving.
Don't be that guy.
No.
Don't be.
Let's not.
No, it's your It's your birthday. I didn't even look your age up, but I'm going to guess that this was a milestone birthday.
You know what? Let's just keep it. Let's just keep it moving.
I knew it.
Okay.
I knew
let's just keep it moving. If I was Kelvin, I'd be like, yeah, let's celebrate my birthday. Let's go. But I'm more like you, Rob.
I know.
Let's just keep it moving. And by the way, congratulations on the Hall of Fame. Very well deserved.
Rick, I appreciate that. April 11th in Greensboro, North Carolina, the Black Sports Writers Hall of Fame, man. It's a proud moment. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that.
And by the way, Rick, shout out to you with the new book coming, Coachable, How the Greatest Performers Reach Their Highest Potential. It's going to be available May 12th. So congrats on that as well, man. You got a lot going on.
Thank you. You can pre-order a copy now. And fellas, let me know if you guys send me an address. I'll make sure that you guys get hard copies once they're available.
Oh, no, done deal. Definitely looking forward to that, man.
Absolutely. All right, let's get to the NBA. Where do you want to start?
I want to start with the Spurs and how even in a loss to the Nuggets a couple of games ago, I mean, they're up 90% of that game. Castle's playing spectacular. Wemby doesn't play. Then you get to see what they do the next game. You got 7'6" person coming down throwing alley-oops to a 4 guard. I mean, absolutely ridiculous what we're seeing from them. Rob and I have debates on statistics say a team who doesn't make the postseason and has a young guy like this who hadn't won a series in Wemby, they don't make it that far. Can this be the team that bucks that and gets to the finals or not yet?
It's a great question, and I had to laugh too. The first time I saw Wemby, a pin down for Stephon Castle coming off of it, and Wemby throwing a lob for him. I was like, okay, we're playing a little different style of basketball here. We're reversing this. But I still believe that there is there's a growth that has to happen in the postseason, and the postseason is just dramatically different. I think especially for a team like San Antonio, when you come in and you have home court advantage, I almost feel, and I expect that they will, expect that they're going to be one of the top 4 teams. I believe there's actually added pressure when you start the playoffs at home and you're a young team, because it only doubles the expectation that you're supposed to win this game. And it's the first time you're getting a taste of it, and the first time you're getting a taste of an opponent who has like 3-4 days to prepare specifically for you and make you play a different way. That's just not what you face for the most part during the regular season, where you've got to sort of adjust on the fly to somebody taking away something that you do really well. And so I want to see how they come out. Now, all that said, I also think they are an incredibly mature team for as young as they are. You know, there's guys that are young and they're talented and they're winning games, but they're still kind of knuckleheads. Like, you just know, like at any point they could go off the rails. Wemby and Stephon Castle and those and all those cats, they just do not feel that way. They have a lot, honestly, of what we've seen with the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are a very young team but play with a certain poise that is beyond their years. So I know I'm kind of waffling here. I would say that, look, do I expect them to get out of the first round? Yes, I do. Do I think it could be a little tougher than we expect? Yes. Do I expect them to go to the finals? I don't. It's somewhere in the middle. Second round, conference finals would be an overachievement in my mind, regardless of where they finish in the regular season. And second round, probably about what I would expect. I wouldn't be disappointed if that's what it is, but it's certainly not the last time we're going to see them in the postseason.
Another team, I know people were ready to put in the Eastern Conference Finals or the Finals, was the Pistons with the season that they started with and how they were playing. They had a bad dry patch, and then Jason Tatum showed up where the Celtics were, and people were like, maybe not. Maybe it is the Celtics and the Knicks and the Cavs and not the Pistons. The Pistons have a good young team. I just can't see going from 2 playoff wins in the last 17 years to going to the Eastern Conference Finals or anything with the other teams in front of them. Where are you on the Pistons, especially, Rick? The perimeter shooting, 3-point shooting is not there for the Pistons.
Yeah, that's certainly an issue. That is certainly a flaw. But and I do think that the Boston Celtics were going to be formidable. And I think will be formidable regardless of how much you're getting from Jason Tatum. Working him in and figuring out how to incorporate him and the size of his role, I think, is their biggest challenge. But I was already believing in them before we knew that Tatum was going to come back.
So
everybody else, I think, has flaws too. I don't.
I agree with that. I agree. There's flaws everywhere.
And especially in the Eastern Conference. Like, I just think with San Antonio, it's not San Antonio as much as you have proven champions that they're going to have to go through. You have to go through Denver. You have to go through Denver or OKC, chances are, for San Antonio, somewhere along the line. And I think that there's just the level of competition at the top in the Western Conference is just a little more thick than it is in the Eastern Conference. I still think that the Detroit Pistons are certainly capable of getting there, getting to the conference finals. Whether it's the finals or not, I think at this point, if you asked me Boston or Detroit, I'd have to go Boston simply for the experience factor. But I think Detroit can give, with their size and their physicality and the defenders that they have on the perimeter, the fact that Jalen Brunson is your go-to guy and that Cat is your big man, I think Detroit has advantages there. And Cleveland, I'm just not a believer. It comes down to this: Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson for Cleveland and New York. Those are your go-to guys. They're both undersized, have to work really hard to get what they get. If you ask me who I would want between Cade Cunningham, Donovan Mitchell, and Jalen Brunson, I'm not even going to hesitate. Give me Cade Cunningham all day, every day. Even as young as he is and experienced as he is, I think he has the capability of both being a playmaker and your go-to guy. And at 6'6", has that advantage size-wise that comes up big in the postseason.
Yeah, I totally get that. And it's going to be tough, though. Jalen Brunson is a closer for sure. I'm going to go back to the West.
But Cleveland owns
Conference.
Detroit, don't they? Like don't they be
like
the way the Knicks own Cleveland? I think there's a little Detroit-Cleveland thing there as far as
I think that's regular
season. I get it. I'm just saying, yeah, I think there's something there where the Knicks.
I don't like
Cleveland,
even if the Pistons weren't a thing. I don't think Cleveland's tough. I don't look at them as tough enough. And you added James Harden, that he has a history of not being a great defender and a history of not showing up when it matters most. To a team where
if
some
he
people
shows up for the first time, man, that'll be interesting.
What took him 16, 17 years? That'll be what the thing is. Real quick for me, Rick, I want to go back to the Western Conference. And there's a team that is, if I told you third in the West, and I told you it was the Lakers, I think some people would be shocked, right? The way they're kind of already written off as far as the postseason and how they're. But are they a only 3 seed that you actually look at and people say, will they even win a series? This is an odd year where they're a 3rd seed, but no one has faith in them.
I will say it is really impressive what they've been able to do in the regular season. No question about it. But do I think that they are incredibly vulnerable with whoever they see in the postseason? Yes, I do. Because they got 3 guys that you can exploit. I think the ability to game plan specifically for them, they don't have a whole lot of answers. I think you can torture the Lakers by focusing in on attacking Luka. Austin Reeves, probably between LeBron, Luka, and Austin, is the best defender of the 3, and he's not a great defender. And so I just look at the combinations there, and I think they're a team that once you get to the postseason and you can really focus in on a team's weaknesses, that you can force them to have to play from behind, and that's where things get tough. So yeah, I want to compliment JJ Redick and that team for what they have done in the regular season. But I don't see – there's just no way for me to say that it's going to hold up in the postseason because defensively they're just such a mess. And maybe it's surprising to me that teams haven't been able to exploit that more in the regular season. But I think that's just the incredible offensive ability of if you keep it close, like Luka can get you a game, Austin. And let's kind of look, if we really break it down, you look at some of the games that they've won, I would dare say that the Lakers have had more miracle finishes during the regular season. Going back to this last game where Austin's like missing a free throw perfectly to create an opportunity.
That's a lucky bounce there to come right back to him. But I'll say this, Rick, about that team.
It feels like they've had a dozen of those type of wins.
Yeah, crazy. It's still the only team in the NBA with 3 statues out on the court. I'm just going to say it.
Not the ones outside?
Hey, that's it.
That's it. All right, Rick.
Hey, a Pat
happy
Riley
birthday.
statue. Now you calling them statues.
Congratulations again, and on the book.
Yeah, Coachable, how the greatest performers reach their highest potential, available May 12th. Go grab that, Rick. Thank you, man.
That's
Appreciate
right.
it.
Mazel tov.
My pleasure, guys.
No doubt. Hey, Tyrek play of the day on the way, plus Shekel City. We'll do that, and also a little bit more about the WC. We'll do it next. It's the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
Rob G, do we have sound from Eric Spoelstra? Yes, we do. Who was doing, you know what? I don't know if there was sand there. It's Miami. Because I couldn't hear his tap shoes. because of the sand. Like he was trying to tap dance around
Sandman now?
Yeah, just Spo, please. Okay.
I apologize to absolutely no one, period. And going into the game, it's a Tuesday night game against a team where they're not playing for anything, where their organization is trying to lose. We've already lost a game, in that kind of situation. We have players that are sitting out, and I spoke to Bam about I want, as our best player and team captain, for him to be locked in and ready. And he sure was.
Garbage. Total garbage. Total garbage. Eric Spoelstra, how do you say that with a straight face? This is a guy who won 2 championships.
Yeah.
With the Heatles. This is what you talk about, unethical basketball, not having respect for the game, a mockery of the game. Dude, yes. We have lowered our standards in this world. Kelvin, this is where we are. No one wants to wear a suit to church. No one wants to wear a sport coat on ESPN. They'll wear a hoodie.
How you know about the church? When you coming this week?
No, I'm not coming this week.
Okay.
Nobody hey, why don't we, you know what? When Aaron Judge was going for the record to break Roger Maris's record of 60, let's just toss it underhand and let him hit it because we want Aaron Judge to get. Did we see that? Will we appreciate that? Kelvin, we didn't see that.
No, we did not.
Okay, come on. That's the point. If it wasn't the flow of the game, you wouldn't have to answer these questions. You wouldn't have to stay in a press conference and talk about you're not going to apologize to anybody. The reason you're being questioned is because it was debatable. It wasn't a work of art. It wasn't a Picasso. It was a terrible oil painting of dogs playing poker. Eric, what are you talking about? And it ain't just a handful of rogue radio guys or dude, basketball people have covered the league for a long time and care about the NBA and care about the records and making sure that the league doesn't go sideways, where people look at it as a farce. That's where you don't want to go. You don't want to be the WWE. You don't want to go where people go, is this even real? What are they doing? They're fouling. They're down by 25. Up by 25, and they're fouling the team that they're beating by 25. The game is over. What are we doing here? I don't know how you feel good about it. I don't know how you come to terms with it. I don't know how you put your pants on and feel good in the morning.
I can't believe you're trying to. I can't believe y'all. I let you go so y'all can act like it was just. Oh, it is such a disgrace to humanity. Oh my gosh, it was just so. I'm so offended. What did I witness? You ain't the poo-poo king. You're the boo-hoo king. Stop your crying, Rob. He sat up here and told Bam, I need you to set the tone. We lost to a team that's tanking the game before. Let's lock in. Let's get loaded. He put 31 in the first quarter, 41 at halftime or 43 at halftime. At that point, you go, well, dang, this might be one of those just magical nights. And I think it's because you don't want Bam, because Bam's not a scorer you think of as a great defender, great team player, 20-point-per-game kind of guy. And that's where people are offended. Like, that guy can't be this guy to break Kobe Bryant scoring second, most points ever. That guy, not him. If it were Luka, you'd be like, all right, it's Luka. Steph, all right. It's people don't want Bam to do it. I have no problem with the way he did it. And I think the problem that we have is everything is under the microscope because we have 24-hour news cycles. We have social media. We have a million debate shows. And so everything becomes a big deal. What I'm saying is you used to didn't see something. Like, you just get, boom, what happened? Who did what? Wow, he had 81 points. Wow, he had 70 points. He had 61 points. Like, they literally fed David Robinson the ball so that he could score 71 points so he could get the scoring title and that he could also try to be an MVP that year. I watched it with my own eyes. They literally just kept feeding him the ball. So what I'm saying is Bam scored about 70 points what you might call ethically. And like Bam said, we don't have that sound. Bam said, I had 70 points with 9 minutes left. Heck no, I'm not coming out the game because now the breaking 81 is a realistic thing. Rob, we sat up here and had the game going. We're watching it. Bam was just killing them. Bam was playing a very inexperienced team. Washington is tanking, so they got a bunch of guys we don't even know, and he's just getting buckets. And it's the odd couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, Hush Mary, on a Magic City Monday. Hey, shout out to Rick Bucher, and happy birthday to him. Just joined us. Rob G will get that up a little bit on the pod in just a little bit. Good conversation with him. He's got a book out coming as well. Right now, it's time for your Tire Rack Play of the Day.
To Perdomo. Here it is, on with the championship!
Of course, that's courtesy of Fox right there. It is your Tire Rack Play of the Day. For over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be, and it's now time for Shekel City. How'd you do?
All right, here we go. Friday, 1 and 2. Like the worst night I've had in a long time.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
Been rolling. But 1 and 2. But still, my record is still doing good. I'm doing pretty good. I'll give you that full record. But let's go for tonight. Here we go. These games, of course, were already talked about earlier. We have Boston -5.5. Taking on the Suns.
Mm-hmm.
We also have Washington plus 14.5 hosting Golden State, which played last night at Madison Square Garden. And the Nets plus 16.5 hosting Portland. So the Nets plus 16.5, Boston the best bet -5.5, and Washington plus 14.5 at home. And remember, I'm not telling you who to bet on. I'm telling you who I bet on. And the record.
What is it? I know you're about, 20-something games over maybe?
Is 75 and 47.
Yeah.
So almost 30.
Gotcha,
So what was
man.
that? 28 games.
I told you need to go ahead and go to Vegas and start putting some money on it.
Nah, I don't want to get hit by a tumbleweed. Sorry about that.
All right. Is anybody, I swear, Vegas camp. I was there after you've been tumbleweeding it. It ain't that bad out there in Vegas. All right, Rob G, what you got?
You guys know the play of the day. We just played Fox Television, the controversial call 3 strike going against the Dominican Republic. We talked about it to open the show. Well, after the game on Big Fox, you had A-Rod, Big Papi, Derek Jeter all weighing in on the ramifications of that controversial call. Take a listen.
Now, listen, a little controversy, right? Because we saw it in the 8th inning. Juan Soto was called strike 3 at a ball that was clearly low. And then almost the same pitch to end the game with Geraldo Perdomo at the plate. Mason Miller gets a call, ends a game with a tying run on third base. Just a tough way to end a really good game.
Yeah, and it is. And look, we've talked about, and here it is right here. A ball that's about 4 inches down, too close to take. But this is Corey Blazer's hot zone and is down. And sure enough, it lived to his counter report. But you just hate, Papi, to end a game this big with these type of consequences on a pitch that's not a strike.
I got to tell you, if you call on 101, 102 miles an hour on top of the strike, cannot go down there and call that pitch a strike also. I mean, you're spanning the strike zone against this batter and facing a really good pitcher.
Well, you can pretty much guarantee they're going to have the challenge system in place for the next WBC, right?
Yeah. That's the last part right there. I think that was Jeter who said that. It's just interesting. I thought they had a chance to use it. I mean, if you use it in the minor leagues, you know that you're using it in this coming season in MLB. So it being in 2026 now for the World Baseball Classic, kind of thought it only makes sense that you would use it. I think that's
every time you lose, I get it. You know what I mean? We see replay in the NFL all the time. They still don't get every call right.
Oh no, that's
like
for sure.
I get it if that's where you want to go, But every time you strike out or whatever, it's like that's the reason you lost. There are plenty of reasons that they lost.
That's without a 2. I left 209, leaving 2 of 9 stranded. Getting 2 of 9, scoring in runner position. That's not going to do it.
That's all I'm saying is we get look at the last one. It was low.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to sit here and try to act like it was a strike. But is that the only reason that they lost?
It's not the only reason. But coming up in this next season, that's what, with it being implemented, I thought that's why they would have had it in the WBC. And that's when you always notice stuff in those controversial big moments. Stick with us.
We are Buffalo.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion. Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
Ooh.
Just about ready to go in Miami on FS1. Second semifinal of the World Baseball Classic. 5-0 Italy with pitcher Aaron Nola against a Venezuela team that upset Japan Saturday night. They've had the national anthems in a few minutes. The first pitch, the Americans await in Tuesday night's final there in Miami. That game will be on Fox TV. To the NBA, the Nets have a record of 17-50, and they're already down 28-9 to the Portland Trailblazers late in the first quarter. Atlanta has won 9 in a row and leads at home mid-second quarter against Orlando, 44-35. The Magic have won 7 straight. For the Clippers, they'll be hosting San Antonio in the late game, 10 p.m. Eastern time, but Kawhi Leonard of the Clippers is out tonight with a sprained ankle. Minnesota's Anthony Edwards will miss Tuesday's game with a sore knee. The Kansas City Chiefs acquired quarterback Justin Fields from the Jets. I'm Steve DeSager.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Hour number 2 of the Odd Couple. Here on a Magic City Monday. We never cancel Magic City Monday. I don't care what Adam Silver says. Always, will always.
What if he called Scott, though, and was like, hey, man, you know.
No, then I would quit. If we cancel Magic City Monday, I would quit and protest.
That's the hill you dying on?
Yep. I am definitely going to die on that. Be sure to check out our brand new YouTube channel. Appreciate all the subscribers. We really do. We probably need to hear from the Odd Mob. We probably got some on the
WBC
World Baseball Classic and what they thought about the Dominican Republic and their crybabies. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Again, Odd Couple FSR. And make sure you hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. Coming up, Jim Leyritz, who won 3 World Series championships with the New York Yankees. Mm-hmm. I was there in Atlanta when he hit the big home run. I was writing for Newsday back in the day.
Where'd you go celebrate?
I didn't go celebrate. I'm a reporter.
Well, I'm just saying.
But
you
he
were in Atlanta.
He hit the huge. Oh, we did go to Magic City.
That's my point.
Oh, definitely. I just thought you meant when I said they won, I celebrated their win. No, after.
That's more nowadays. Like like with Judge. You were still a Mets fan then, and now you've turned it in.
I'm not a fan at all
for the Yankee
after
stripes,
40 years.
For
but
the
anyway,
pinstripes.
Jim Leyritz, he joins us. Talk some baseball with him, and he had a big 3-run home run. Yankees were down 6-0 in that game and came all the way back. It was an incredible game in Atlanta in the heat. All right, so we'll do that and much, much more here in hour number 2.
Yeah. We got, of course, the Selection Sunday was yesterday. Everybody's excited about the tournament, which kicks off Thursday, by the way.
How does Bruce Pearl go from losing his job, lying to the NCAA, and now he's the face of the Selection Sunday? I just don't understand anything. I guess maybe it's from somewhere else. And
listen,
if you're a bad boy, good things happen for you. I mean,
that's a real thing, by the way. I mean, somebody could say, how's A-Rod up there? Multiple-time cheater of steroids, and now he's over the biggest baseball moments he's been doing. And he's been great, but I mean, it happens.
At least he was suspended and actually, served a penance.
He did.
A penance, I
should
did say.
Longest ever, right?
Yeah, 200-something games.
Pete Rose aside.
Yeah.
So we got tournament coming up, and then the conversation becomes who's going to win. Everybody's filling out their brackets. Don't forget to check out ours, too. We'll tell you a little bit more about the Fox Sports Radio bracket coming up in a little bit. But so you got to start looking at, Rob G., looking at the teams who are going to win it, and some of them are favored to have those freshman phenoms.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is year in, year out, we always talk about tournament time, like, hey, who's going to win it, who's going to cut down the nets, and usually it comes down to one or two things. Either, because full disclosure, most of these people picking brackets are not watching all these college basketball games.
Right.
So they're going by either, hey, Ken Palm or whatever ranks this team as the best team in the country, I'm just going to roll with them. Or more than likely, I've heard of this guy before, I've heard of this coach before, I'm going to bet on Coach Izzo. I'm going to bet on Coach K. And in this case, if you've been living under a rock, the entire college basketball season has been revolving around the play of a handful of freshmen. They're calling it the greatest freshman class that we've ever seen as it relates to NBA draft prospects. It's headlined by 4 guys. Number 1, Cameron Boozer, Duke. He's going to be the National Player of the Year. He's on a quest right now to become, I think, just the 2nd player ever to get National Player of the Year and win a national championship as a freshman. Number 2, a guy we've talked about on this show, Darren Peterson over in Kansas. Now, they're only a 4 seed, but by all accounts, Darren Peterson was viewed as the number 1 draft prospect in this class. Now, because of some load management, some injury issues, we don't know what it is, his stock is kind of taking a hit. So now it's like, hey, this is where he's going to reestablish himself as the best player in the country. Number 3, A.J. DeBanza. He's a guy we've known about for years, even before these other 2, because he was viewed as the next Tracy McGrady, the next great lanky wing player to come out. And then he goes to play with BYU, and it's like, well, that raised some eyebrows. What's he doing playing at BYU when you're a 5-star prospect? Leading scorer in the country, all eyes are on him. And last but not least, the guy who's kind of taken this basketball world by storm, especially in the last couple of weeks, Acuff Jr. out of Arkansas.
He's nice.
Nephew, a friend of the show, Rashad Phillips, who might get on this week to talk about it. He is being viewed as, hey, if this was any other year, this kid is in that John Wall, Russell Westbrook, Derrick Rose class of point guards. If there's anybody who can lead their team deep, it's this kid. He's explosive. They just won the SEC tournament. So, guys, I ask you, given how ballyhooed this freshman class is, how much are you betting on one of these 4 guys cutting down the nets at the end of the tournament?
I'm going with none. And they're amazingly talented. We get it. They've been driving the basketball ratings as far as notoriety. You talked about the names you're looking for. But historically, Rob G, I got to just say it doesn't really work when you have these fabulous freshmen, these freshman phenoms. And this is coming from somebody born and raised in Ann Arbor, Michigan, who saw the Fab Five and cried tears as a 10, 11-year-old when they lost back-to-back, in NCAA championship games. And it was difficult. And there's something to that. And by the way, these teams we're talking about ain't loaded like that. That team would go on to have a Hall of Famer in Chris Webber, a heck of a player in Jalen Rose, and a really, really good player in Juwan Howard, and so on and so forth, Jimmy King and Ray Jackson. But my point is they had some guys. These teams don't even have that. You're looking at Carmelo Anthony, who did it in 2003, Anthony Davis in 2012, and really Jahlil Okafor, who led that Duke team back in 2015. That's it for the most part when you had these outstanding players who were freshmen. I just think it's too difficult for multiple reasons, Rob G. You're looking at teams that nowadays, Rob, how many jokes do I make last year around this time? I said, Rob, that guy looks like he went to high school with me and you. Or that guy looks like this. These kids are still getting the COVID years. You're still getting kids who get the 5th year, kids who find the way to get these 6 years. There's so much experience. Teams are transferring and getting transfer players who have been playing for years at other schools. So it is more difficult. You're having teams with so much experience. So many guys are on these teams that have done this before. And then you're playing teams when you're going to these tournaments that have nothing to lose, right? You're playing teams, we ain't going to win. We ain't going to win. So, therefore, they're playing styles and shooting up threes that you're not ready for. It is too much to ask these freshman phenoms to carry a team that is so reliant on them all the way through the tournament. That's why, Rob, I think it's just too difficult for them to do. And not to mention, I believe also sometimes with these players the last, 7, 8 years, in the back of their brain, the NBA is a consolation prize, right? So it becomes, I'm trying. I want to win this tournament game, but if we lose, guess where I'm going? I'll be a top 5, top 6, top 7 pick in a matter of a few weeks anyway. So in the back of your brain, you kind of have that thing you can rely on and say, well, if we lose, so what? I'm going to be a top pick, a lottery pick, and you have that.
You think they think that when they're out there playing, really?
No, I think they're competing, but subconsciously, what's the worst that can happen? Whereas
I'm just saying,
if you're
playing,
back in the 90s,
I just couldn't imagine be thinking about, okay, I'm playing in a basketball game. No, I'm dead serious.
I'm serious.
This ain't football where you don't want to play in a meaningless game. I get that. You're playing in a tournament. I don't know how.
I think
you're
they
at 19 years old
want to win, but if in the back of your brain, this is the difference when you know you're one and done. When you were Bobby Hurley and Christian Laettner and Grant Hill and all this, this mattered. This was your WBC, if you will. That Duke mattered. That Michigan mattered. That Kentucky mattered because you were going to be there 2, 3, 4 years. And so you're trying to win this championship. These guys are trying to win, but they're not going for the long haul to try to win. And we talk about the sign, what it takes to win a championship. We might have to go through the bumps and bruises.
But I mean,
lose
when
in
you're
the second
out there
round.
competing, you're already out there. You're playing. you don't want to go off. You don't want to you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you really – I understand your whole premise. I just wonder as a competitor and as
Here's
a really
what I
good
mean.
player.
So then if you're Debansa, you go to BYU to win a championship? Like that?
No, but I'm just saying when you're out there, you're trying to compete.
So I don't think he's not competing. I think he's a player.
I don't know why you would. What if he does take BYU? I'm just saying, if you're a really good player, you're going to go out there and dog it and not play?
No, Rob, ain't nobody dogging it. All I'm saying is when you're going there, when you're by far the best talent, and Rob G mentioned, we're all kind of like, oh, he went there. He didn't go to the Duke. The Kansas
he took the money. We know why he went
right.
to
So then
BYU.
to me, you're not necessarily saying I'm built to try to win a championship because you're going there and you're the guy and the team's pretty good because you're there and another player, but not championship level good. And especially because how young you are, you don't have that experience and everything becomes solely reliant on you as a freshman phenom. You're like everything's on. And again, you're not where Michigan was, where they had a bunch of really, really, really good freshmen. And we've seen some Calipari teams at times where, well, that's why they were able to get there. They got a bunch of guys. Some of these teams, it's him, another solid player, and then there's a bunch of role players at that. That can't get it done. That's not going to get you to the championship. Now, Duke's a little bit different, whereas I think if Boozer was sitting next to us, he would say, Kelvin, you're wrong. But I just don't buy it. I don't think they have enough. I think there's teams that are too experienced, teams that have been through it already, teams that are older. This is the first time where we got guys who ain't going to the NBA, Rob. They sticking around because of NIL. They're like, well, I'm going to go be a end of the first round, early second. I'll stick around and make maybe more money, have more notoriety coming back to college. So I just don't see it. They're super talented. They could absolutely prove me wrong, but I just don't see it. I think there's more experience. I look at a Florida Gator team who's been there. They got experience. They got a bunch of talented guys as well.
I just think it has to do. I don't think anybody who's really talented and they get into the tournament is not trying to win and see what they can do. I just think that it's a matter of experience. And, you could look at the only reason to me Michigan State won that championship with Tom Izzo in 2000 is because none of those guys were going to go high enough in the NBA draft. So Mateen Cleaves came back, Morris Peterson came back. They all came back. They all came back for their senior year. So they were just bigger, stronger, had played in more games than other people, and they were able to win a championship. I'm telling you, if those guys didn't come back, Michigan State still wouldn't have a championship.
No, and that team was insane because they had played together for years. Most of them knew each other in high school, all from the Flintstones.
I'm just saying,
But that's my point. The experience of it. These young, you're asking these freshman guys to carry a whole team, which it's very unlikely in a tournament where you need that experience. This is a one and done. This ain't a best of 7.
Yeah, I think it's just it's harder, and of course the outliers are like
Melo.
Carmelo Anthony, and I'm sure Jim Boeheim, when he's not ripping players, is happy that Carmelo got him one championship in 55 years. I'll keep mentioning it because it's the most ridiculous thing I ever saw is coach 55 years at one school. Can you imagine that? And still living off that championship like Carmelo got you?
Who's worse, him or Izzo for you? Because I know, that's a tough one for you. Ooh.
No, Jim Boeheim, 55 years. Izzo, I know, is 35 or whatever. He hasn't won since 2000. I wish I had the recording.
The best part is you wake up and you flip. What movie was that? Was that Dark 30, Rob G, where every day she kept coming in on chalkboard writing the days between they haven't got Osama bin Laden? You wake up every day, you write out, Izzo ain't won another one in 43,215
I got
days.
bets with reporters in Detroit who all told me I was crazy. I said it on the radio like a couple years after they won that championship. Say he'll never win again. I wish I had the tape. And they all thought I was crazy and all that other stuff. And
they got back in, what was that, like 2013-ish with Caleb Lucas versus maybe a little earlier than that. Maybe it was 2009, but they went against North Carolina.
No, that's right. That was everybody picked Michigan State because that was at Ford Field.
Yeah.
I did first take that morning and then flew for the game. That game was over in 5 minutes. North Carolina had 3 or 4 NBA players, and Michigan State had
not Ty Law. What was his name? Ty Lawson. Yeah, Ty Lawson was there. Caleb Lucas was that guy until he went up against Ty Lawson.
Was Eric Montrose on that team?
No, that was way back.
Oh.
That was that?
But there was another guy.
Was that May? Rashad McCants was on that team.
Yeah, it was just
Sean May. Yeah, they had Marvin Williams who ended up being in the league. Yeah, that was too much for Michigan State to handle.
Yeah,
blew them out.
Definitely.
You got a freshman going to the championship, winning the championship.
Rob G, do you?
I'll tell you what, one of them better win a championship.
All this hype?
I ain't been hearing nothing but, have you seen these freshman guys? Have you seen the freshman players? Oh my, have you seen Bucher? Have you seen if one of y'all don't cut down the nets, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Because Carmelo got it done, AD got it done. Why can't you get it done?
All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877
AD team was kind of crazy.
996-6369. Will anyone from the all-time great freshman class wind up cutting down the nets this March? We want to hear from you. It is The Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
America!
And let me tell you, if you're ready to tackle your financial goals, listen, Webull, you don't have to sit out on the sidelines. Whether you're a rookie or a pro, Webull puts you in the game with the tools that help make you the moves that you want to do. Trade stocks, options, and ETFs, or play the long game with cash management and retirement accounts all on one platform. Webull's app pairs advanced analytics with real-time data so you can read the defense, adjust your strategy, and stay in control. And now meet Vega, your personal AI market assistant. Ask questions like, analyze my watch list, or what's the outlook for the stock, and get real-time stock analysis, volatility insights, and fundamentals that turn complex signals into plain old English. So want a wider view of the field? Use Portfolio X-Ray to spot trends, manage risk, and optimize the performance of your portfolio. Stop punting your financial future. Join Webull's community to discuss markets, trending topics, and ideas with fellow investors. Download the Webull app today on mobile or desktop. Webull, W-E-B-U-L-L, or visit Webull.com.
Draymond Green sent some shots at the Golden State faithful who are not fully on board with the Draymond experience. Take a listen.
I see fans saying different now. Like, I'll see Warriors fans like, yo, it's time to get him out of here.
That's crazy.
And to the real Warriors fans that don't feel that way, thank you. I appreciate it. To the ones that do feel that way, like, you was a loser before I got here.
Oh, God.
Like,
God.
Like, stone cold forever losers.
Yeah, right.
So if you say that, it makes sense to me. You've never been here. Right? So you don't know how to appreciate something for its entirety.
Yeah, go
because
ahead,
you've never
Draymond.
been here.
Yeah,
You never had the
go ahead.
opportunity.
Yeah, Draymond. Yeah. Oh, yeah. These things, who listens to this garbage? Really? Did you hear all that?
Ooh. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. Ooh.
Yeah, they losers.
You right, King.
What kind
you
of
right, King.
What kind of professional athlete
Say less.
calls the fans losers? Like they were losers before, not before Steph showed up or Klay Thompson, but before he showed up, right? Like you want to talk about thinking of yourself in such a high honor is unbelievable where he is.
The phrase "pump your brakes."
Yes.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, Raji, it ain't even pump your brakes. It's pull the anti-lock brake. Like, pull the emergency brake. Like, pull the drift brake.
Was Michigan State losing, too, before he got there? How many championships did he win at Michigan State?
Dude, he didn't get none.
Oh, okay.
Dre. And you know I think he was a heck of a player.
Stop.
I think he was a massive
Don't
pace.
pacify him.
But this is
Don't
crazy,
do all
Dre.
that.
Let me tell you why this is crazy, Dre.
It's terrible.
Number one, he went on to talk about seeing it in its entirety. Well, Dre, I can tell you some guys who were incredibly better than you, who didn't see it in their entirety, and they won even almost double the amount of rings you won. Scottie Pippen didn't see it in its entirety with the Bulls. You could argue Michael Jordan either. I know it's an unusual situation. And my point is, you have been great for that team, great for that community, but you're not owed anything. There have been other people who are better players than you who won a lot, who went on to other teams, who went on, or it ran its course, or fans become disgruntled. I told Rob G like this. Winning cures a lot, and the team hasn't been winning. They haven't been looking good, and they've been struggling. And you know what it does? It's like that kid, Rob, who gets all A's, but they come home a little late. or leave the bedroom a little messy, and you give them a little grace because they got all A's. Well, Rob, what happens when they start coming home with high C's, C+,
Right.
B-? That room is a little dirty. I said be home at 11. It's 11:28.
But it's just.
And what I'm saying is, all the stuff that they bit their lip and tolerated is because they were winning with him. Punching people, yelling at people, walking on
winning
benches.
is like makeup. It covers everything.
Exactly.
All the flaws.
So the idea that they now have issues with you yelling at this, walking off the bench, talking smack, calling people by names, and like, dude, that wears thin on people, and especially when you're not winning anymore.
100, and you're not the player you used to be.
Exactly.
Stop it. So what part don't you get? You're no different than any other player.
If Scottie Pippen can move on from the Bulls, and they don't want him, and it's just time to move on. 6 rings, 6-0.
Right, and you sitting there thinking like
you don't know. You don't have to be there your entirety. Why do you have to be there through the entirety?
Exactly.
Dwayne Wade is a better player. Dwayne Wade left Miami.
Just about everybody leaves there. We talked about it all the time. You know how many great quarterbacks finished their careers?
Joe Montana
left San Francisco.
Brett Favre.
4-0 in Super Bowls, and he left.
Tom Brady.
Everybody, just about, I'm telling you, most people wind up leaving because if you stay around too long, people move on. Things change.
And it's not as if if your antics, you haven't progressed with your antics, meaning they haven't calmed down and chilled. You get what I'm saying? You haven't stopped saying wild stuff where you got to then come back and apologize on your podcast. Like, dude, you're wearing thin on people. It's maybe run its course, and that doesn't have to be deemed as a negative. You will always be respected there. They love you. You guys had a great run.
Whenever you win championships, you'll always be there.
But they can also be disgruntled with you, your antics, and the fact that the team isn't good. That's what fans do. And they acting like they got to just love you for life and that they owe you everything. And how dare they be upset if you're not playing well? That's not a real world, Draymond.
That's a fantasy world, and he's immature. I mean, that's what it is. To call people losers. You were losers before I got here. Can you imagine that coming out of your mouth?
He's getting way too big for his britches. And this is what happened. And Klay Thompson got a little on that. Remember Klay? Towards the end of Klay's career with them, didn't want to come off the bench. Mad he wasn't a top 75 player. Klay Thompson, ease up. Fox Sports Radio, it is the Odd Couple. He's Rob. I'm Kelvin on a Magic City Monday. Jim Leyritz is going to join us here. 3-time World Series. Leyritz getting ready to join us here in about 7 minutes or so. Of course, 3-time World Series champ. We'll talk to him in just a moment. And I mentioned it earlier. I said I was going to tell you about it. The Fox Sports Radio Bracket Challenge is live now that the matchups are set. Be sure to complete your bracket. You can go to foxsportsradio.com right now to do so. Compete against our Fox Sports Radio hosts and against fellow listeners to see who has the best bracket. The winning bracket in the Fox Sports Radio Bracket Challenge is going to win a $1,000 gift card. And a perfect bracket, if you do it, you get $1 million. So go fill out your bracket now. You have until Thursday morning before the games start. Visit foxsportsradio.com to register and to get the rules and also fill out your bracket. It's all presented by Webull. It's time to get your financial portfolio game ready. With Webull, get powerful investing tools and real-time data all in one platform. Get started by downloading the Webull app today or visiting Webull.com. Webull Financial LLC, member SIPC. FINRA. Investing involves risk. And for more information, visit Webull.com/disclosures. All right, Rob, we're talking about the freshman class. Everybody's calling this one of the best freshman class ever. Can they get it done? Can somebody cut down the nets and win the championship? I just don't see it happening. Think you need more experience. Plus, there's a bunch of old teams. Got guys looking like they went to high school with me out there. 877-99 on Fox. Who we got? Taking some calls.
All right, let's start with Jordan in D.C. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Jordan? How are you?
Oh, hey, Rob, Kelvin. How you guys doing?
Doing great, Jay.
What's up, buddy?
Oh, nothing much. That's what's up. Before I go, Rob, I agree with you about like how crazy it is that Izzo still only has one. I remember in 2019 when his team finally beat like Zion and RJ Barrett, that Duke team. I thought he was finally going to get his second one, and then like he lost in the Final Four to Texas Tech. I'm like, when is he going to get another one? Is he just going to retire with one like 30 years ago at this point?
It's unbelievable, to be honest. Seriously, that it's been this long. He knows it, though. He knows that if you ask him, I'll give him that. He says that he needs to win another championship. Even he knows that because a lot of people have won one. A lot of people have won one. You know, a lot.
That's separated. I agree. That is a separate. If he were to get two, because then you start tying all the other Final Four appearances. Now it sounds really good. 2-time champ. I don't know, 5-time Final Four, whatever it is. That sounds a little different.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Jay.
Did we lost?
Oh. All right.
I thought he had a little bit more.
He did. He's all right. He just really wanted to get in on the
Izzo.
The Izzo.
I get it. Larry in Nevada. We're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Larry? How are you?
Hey, Rob, Kelvin. Good. How are you guys doing?
Excellent.
Doing great.
I've been listening on the radio since last summer. I'm hooked on you guys big time.
Oh, man, I appreciate that, man.
And today's my first time watching on YouTube. So.
Oh, really?
Oh, there we are reporting at you now.
We gave you the peace sign. I'm giving you the peace sign. There you go, Larry. We
All
appreciate
right.
you.
I'm going to go with the Boozer brothers. The other brother's going to take over at point guard, so I'm saying the Boozer brothers.
Well, wait a minute. Didn't they make a movie in the 80s? Oh, that was the Blues Brothers.
Blues Brothers. Wrong brothers.
I'm sorry.
By the way, they got a great story. The whole family, the trio brothers, the twins saved the older brother's life. He had sickle cell anemia, and they needed to find a blood transfer, and so they had another kid to save. It was a great story, the Boozer family. But a lot of people picked them. They're picking Duke. That would be the team. Thanks for the call. That would be the team if a freshman squad kind of would have led by a freshman star.
People pick Duke a lot. You know what I mean?
Well, you figure if you put them down
even
every
Coach
year,
K,
you're going to get a few.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Even Coach K, all those disappointments along the way. How about Drew in New Jersey, who we haven't heard from in a while? Drew, what's happening?
Drew?
How are you?
Hey guys, I'm like an hour behind, so it throws me off. It'll be 7 o'clock, but it's 6 o'clock here, and it just completely throws me off.
Okay, so where are you? Where are you now?
Panama City Beach.
I was gonna say, yeah, you can't be in New Jersey.
That's
right.
3 hours.
It's weird. It's Central Time, but it's literally just East Coast. It doesn't make any sense.
Right. Yeah. That's kind of weird.
Figure it out, Drew.
Yeah.
Figure it out. So
what
you
you
can be
got,
with the
buddy?
Yeah. So I think I could definitely see a senior-laden team that has like a freshman that's a top 10 pick or top 5 pick make it. So I could definitely see Houston only because they have the experience from last year.
I get that. Yeah.
Definitely because I know I think their point guard.
What about the Boozers? Are you on that or no?
I am. I just think that it's hard for a freshman. If a freshman's going to do it, they do have a lot of seniority over there too. Not seniority, but they have guys that have
experienced
2 + 3 years. It's not going to be primarily them, but that kind of balances out. I was going to lean on Kansas because they do have a lot of experience too. But if you look at all these teams, like the top 5 teams, they have freshmen all over. So if it's going to be this year, I mean, you're pretty much. It's in favor of happening.
Yeah.
It might not be a freshman leading it, but I know you were talking about. I think the 2009 team was with Tyler Hansbrough.
That's who I was thinking of. That's who I was thinking of.
Yeah, when you're thinking of McCants, that was 2005.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I knew it was. I would say that's who I was thinking of, Tyler Hansbrough, because he was really good in college.
Oh no, he was crazy. Psycho T was he was lit.
No, he was.
Yeah, he was one of those ones, always getting his face busted open.
That was during that, regional at Ford Field during that time is when I got to see Steph Curry up close because they played in that region.
Man, he was
and the Florida had the court in the middle of Ford Field, which was raised up, you know what I mean, and everything. And I just remember sitting there up close watching Steph back then. So, all right, we got Jim Leyritz coming up.
We got Jim Leyritz coming up. By the way, Steph. It's so funny. We thought that was the anomaly. Look at this little guy doing all these wild and crazy shots and layups. That actually was Steph for the next 15, 18, 20 years in the NBA. Jim Leyritz coming up right now. Steve DeSager getting you set on What's Trending. Hey, Steve.
All right, semifinal at the World Baseball Classic in Miami tonight, and it's top of the second. Italy scoreless with a Venezuela team that upset Japan 8-5 Saturday night. The Italian starting pitcher, Aaron Nola of the Phillies, Italy 5-0 in this tournament. Miami will also be hosting the Tuesday night final. Tonight's game is on FS1. In the NBA, Atlanta has won 9 games in a row and has a halftime lead of 67-50 over Orlando, which has won 7 in a row for the Atlanta Hawks. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 24 points in the first half. Golden State leads at Washington early in the third, 66-59, despite 19 points from the Wizards' Trae Young. Wizards with a record of 16-50. The Nets, well, not a great record, 17-50 as they're hosting the Blazers, and it's Portland 49-30 at Brooklyn mid-second quarter. Boston at home leads late second quarter against Phoenix 55-50. The late game will have the Clippers hosting San Antonio 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Kawhi Leonard of the Clips out with a sprained ankle. Minnesota's Anthony Edwards will miss Tuesday's game with a sore knee. New York's Jalen Brunson is questionable for Tuesday with ankle and neck injuries. Cleveland center Jarrett Allen will miss the Cavs' 3-game trip with a bad knee. The NBA will reportedly vote next week to explore expansion to Las Vegas and Seattle. Alabama guard Aiden Holloway was arrested on felony drug charges and removed from campus. Memphis coach Penny Hardaway will return. Butler coach Thad Matta retired. To the NHL, we got 5 games tonight, including later the Penguins at Colorado. That's an hour away. The Kansas City Chiefs acquired quarterback Justin Fields in cash from the Jets for a 6th-rounder next year. The 49ers signed veteran wide receiver Christian Kirk. Former Pro Bowl defensive back Darius Slay retired after 13 years. Carolina re-signed punter Sam Martin. Back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Steve. Appreciate it. Joined now on a Magic City Monday by Jim Leyritz. Leyritz is joining us now. And by the way, I meant to tell you, for over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive, ship fast and free. Backed by Frito has a protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Jim, we appreciate you joining us on this Magic City Monday.
What's happening, Jim? How are you?
What's happening, guys? How you doing today?
Doing great.
I always say, Jim, whenever we get you on, because I covered that game. I know you get tired of talking about it. But the 1996 game at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, Yankees were down 6-0. Game 4, battle all the way back. And Jim Leyritz hits a game-tying 3-run home run in the, what was that, the 6th inning, right? 8th inning. 8th inning. Yep. Off of Mark Wohlers, who was one of the best closers in the game at that time. And that's always still, I've covered baseball, Jim, for 40 years now, and I still remember it like it was yesterday.
I don't think he's tired of hearing that, Rob. That sounds
Jim,
good to me.
Yeah, that's as good as it gets.
I think the Atlanta Braves fans and John Smoltz are tired of hearing that. But I never get tired of it.
But I mean, that was a moment, Jim.
Listen, the way he corrected you and said 8th inning, Rob, he had it ready.
But it was 1996, and I still remember that place went silent. They couldn't believe it because the Yankees trailed 6-0 in that game. Right, you had no business winning that game. But anyway, Jim, I reminisce. Sorry about that. Let's talk about the world.
No.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Always good memories. Always good memories.
For sure.
Let's talk about the world.
It's hard to believe, by the way, that's been 30 years this year.
Crazy.
30 years. 30 years.
I refuse to believe the 90s were that long ago.
And Jim, you know what's crazy? This is, I told you, my 40th year. My first year, I covered the 1986 World Series when the ball went through Bill Buckner's legs. That's how long I've been covering baseball.
Okay. All right. There you go.
Those are some pretty good games, right? Those are some good games. The WBC, I know people are loving it. You know what I mean? The country's going at it. The Dominican Republic, I didn't like the way they lost. The pitch was obviously low, but, they said they proved something. They're the best teams and kind of went off as losers despite
losers.
Yeah, sour, at the end. What'd you make of them? And their powerful lineup that was averaging over 10 runs a game, only getting one against the United States.
Yeah, well, I think anytime you got Paul Skeens going, no matter if you're the Pittsburgh Pirates or if you're the USA team or whoever it might be, that you're going to be in pretty good shape no matter who you face. And but I'm telling you look at that lineup that the Dominican team put out there, and those 18 guys that are on that field, that is a scary, scary bunch of lineup on both sides. And for Paul Skeens to do what he did, but also Luis Severino doing what he did.
Yeah, good point.
That was only 2 runs. You give up 2 runs to the United States, you should win that game.
Exactly. And so, I mean, I look at, at both of the teams. we also have to remember, too, that this is the beginning of the season, and it should not be played while these guys are still not even really in shape yet. And, to me, I'm like, it's a little different now than it was for us when we played, because we came into spring training and knowing we had 30 to 40 days to get back into shape. These guys don't have that luxury now with the amount of money they make. But they still come in, not ready for the season to go full force. And, I think Scuba was the one that said it, like, okay, I pitched that first game, but I got amped up way too much, and I'm not going to pitch again because I'm afraid I might hurt myself.
Right.
Yeah. There's conversations about when to play this. Folks are saying you play it later. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, I want to follow up, though, on that call against the Dominican Republic that they lost the game on. Now, you've seen the automated ball and strike, the ABS challenge system. Where are you on that? Because the problem I have, Jim, is I get it, like that box, that square, but it scares me that you could throw the ball not in the strike zone. I mean, not over the plate, but it hit one of those corners and get a strike. Where are you on this ABS system?
Yeah, listen, anything that they're bringing in new to the game, I question, because it's just like, okay, there's going to be something that's going to malfunction. There has to be a human touch to the game. And I liked when they brought in replay, because you watch some series in playoff and World Series get determined because of a bad call. I think it's absolutely necessary for us to be able to, in those kind of games, have the technology that we have. But I do think that during the season, I mean, guys, we play 162 games. You're gonna do this through the course of a season. I just can't imagine. They fought for the last 4 years to get a clock in the game to speed it up. Now you're doing everything you can now to slow it back down.
Right.
Well, I think
go ahead.
I was going to say, I think that's what's one of the times technology works.
No, the clock worked, Jim.
Yeah.
I got to admit that. You know that. You played in those Yankees-Red Sox games for 4.5 hours.
Sped that thing up.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think the clock is it's overall it's a good idea. I think it should be 30 seconds for both the hitter and the pitcher. I think 30 seconds gives a pitcher enough time to step off the back of the mound and gather himself, especially in the hot summer days. Whereas a hitter, you got kind of more of an advantage because you could step out after 15 seconds and get another 15 seconds. And kind of compose yourself. A pitcher really has nowhere to go if he just steps off the mound and gets right back on. I think.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I think if you did a 30-second clock, it would speed up the game. Still, it would keep people from doing what they do, but it would also be fair to both sides, I think.
Former Major League catcher Jim Leyritz joining us here on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
Jim, I want to ask you about this. You played. And we were just talking about winning a World Series in '96. Then you got a couple years later, the home run chase and baseball is at a high. And then things start to happen, slows down. We talk about the analytics getting the game. Now it's been thriving. Robin and I have been enjoying it the last few years. It's been amazing. Why have a lockout now, Jim? It could potentially happen at the end of the season.
Yeah, that's the scary part. With the amount of money that's in the game, with these television contracts, with the international, audience that we have now, with baseball growing in Dubai, in India, and all these different places that they're just starting. You shake your head like, how can you not come to an agreement?
Right.
It's like you're at an all-time high, and it's how much control do you really have to have? I think if it does happen, it's a very unfortunate thing for both both sides, and I do think that I hope they come to an agreement and just continue to maybe just to tinker with it every year and say, okay, you know what, we're just going to make adjustments, because I think a lockout would just really, really kill the momentum it's got going right now.
I agree, Jim. The game is at a good place. Look at the ticket sales, the TV you saw the World Series TV ratings without Canada, and they were great. I mean, like, it's incredible where they are. How about the last thing about the Dodgers? And a lot of people, bellyache about the Dodgers, all the money they spend. And the only issue I have is teams that spend a lot of money don't always win. Okay,
History shows it.
The Mets didn't make the playoffs last year. They had the second highest payroll. The Yankees haven't won a World Series since 2009. They're one of the rich teams. The Cubs have won one World Series in the last 150 years. Just one in 150 years. I could go on and on and on, and then I could show you Kansas City's won a World Series.
Marlins.
The Marlins have won a couple. We could go on some other teams that have gone. The Angels. I just
Tigers have gone.
I just don't. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like the Dodgers can spend money. They almost lost to Toronto last year. It wasn't a
Well, I was just going to say they were 1 inch away from losing. To
Am I
Toronto
right?
last
Yes.
Yeah. Now listen. I think what they're doing is genius. The bottom line is, you got some multi-billionaire owners in the business, and they have figured out a way that they could, take money, make it, and defer it, and I mean, it's genius what they're doing.
At some point, you got to pay up. Like the bill does come due at some point. But I think they got to look at it, Jim. The only thing I would say is they probably have to put a cap on how much you can
defer. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that would be my only issue.
So my take on this whole thing from the very beginning has been this. I don't think you're ever going to get a salary cap in baseball. But here's what you can do to, number one, create loyalty and create players and owners working together, is you say, okay, the New York Yankees want Aaron Judge, who they consider the best player in baseball. They want to pay him $30 million a year. Okay, let's max the salary out. The most you can pay your best player is $30 million. Now, you can pay 7 guys $30 million, but you can't pay them over $30 million. And now you're going to create a loyalty to where guys aren't chasing the dollar. They're chasing where do they want to play.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's interesting.
That's interesting, right? You're locked in. Who do I want? Who do I fit in? Where do I my best position then? All right. Well, that's an interesting point there, Jim.
Yeah, because I think that's a situation where, to me, one of the things that's been lost with the money and the amount of money that's going in now is the loyalty. Now you're getting contracts that are 10 years with 2-year opt-outs and 4-year opt-outs and 7-year. There's no loyalty as far as the player goes to the organization saying, I'll opt out after 3 years.
Yeah, that's what Kyle Tucker has a crazy contract with the Dodgers.
The Dodgers don't care. They'll be like, fine, go, bye. We'll buy somebody else.
Exactly. Unbelievable.
Wait, that's true. That is true.
Jim, we appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
All right, gentlemen, good talking to you, and let's go Yankees.
There you go.
Well, speaking of Yankees,
Jim won 3
Jim.
with the Yankees, so you already know where his head.
Oh, well, you already know. But speaking of Yankees, there is a Yankee star who has some thoughts about how big the WBC is. We'll tell you who, and we'll tell you what he said. We'll do it next. It's the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
Big news in the NBA last night.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was a great game.
There you go.
It was a phenomenal game, potentially a
great
finals
comeback.
preview.
Yeah.
And ultimately, the Oklahoma City Thunder prevailed against the Boston Celtics. But the big story to come out of this game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, reigning MVP, broke the record held by Wilt Chamberlain by scoring at least 20 points in now 127 consecutive regular season games. He finished with 35-9 in the win. He's having, not just this season, but like the stretch that he's been on the last 3 or 4 years has been really incredible. Now, the problem is, he has this record, which is great. He doesn't have the best reputation amongst basketball fans. And after the game, Jaylen Brown, I wish we played the sound, but the audio is terrible, started off by being very complimentary of SGA. It's a credit to him and his work ethic and his game, how he's improved over the years. The signs of greatness is just how consistent he is, and that's very impressive. Now, later, when a reporter asked him about some other things, he made a comment that people are interpreting as a shot at SGA. He said, quote, I just don't foul bait. I'm not looking to flop or anything like that. It's almost like you got to. It's almost like because there's a couple of plays in the fourth quarter, I felt like I drove strong, went up strong, didn't get the benefit of the doubt. Maybe if I would have flopped, maybe if I'd been able to sell the call, and those decide games. So it's like we commend players for playing the game the right way, but we give the benefit to those who are trying to manipulate the game to their advantage. I don't think it's basketball. Let's play basketball. All this foul baiting, whatever, to me.
Jaylen Brown is the MVP of the NBA for the 2025-2026 season because he said what everybody else knows, and that it's almost impossible to root for SGA or even admire his game. Enough with the foul baiting, because that should be a new word. You should be able to come up. Maybe Adam Silver could come up with that as a call. Foul baiting, because he does too much of that. Aesthetically, it's not a great game to watch. I get it. He won the championship last year. He was MVP. You want to crown him and all that. That's fine. He wears funky clothes and fur and all that. I love it. Okay? That's all good. Unless you live in Oklahoma City or you're from Canada.
Look at you. Yelling at Julio a minute ago.
Canada.
Canada sucks.
That Patriot was crazy. Hey!
Where
boy, there's a second line.
Hold on.
K-Dot, this is a minute and 20.
Here we go.
No. I'm going to go get some water.
And why? Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Alex, you're not supposed to have that on. Look, he just looked at you. How dare you cut that off?
You know what? Rob G is such a killjoy. My goodness. He's such a killjoy. But you get my point. SGA is not aesthetically pleasing, and I understand what Jaylen Brown is saying. Thank God he said it, because it's awful. It's just awful to watch.
Well, I'm going to say this. So as far as first starting with the scoring streak.
Meaningless.
Yeah, I look at it as if you ever gone out, you hung out with a group of friends, you're hanging out, and somebody says, hey, man, I got a cool trick, and they like can make their thumb disappear, and you're like, oh, cool trick. Like,
where's that thumb going?
Yeah. You know what I meant. Dang it. I meant the magic trick. Okay, not Jalen Brunson and your boy Josh Hart. That's when you're kind of like, I guess that was cool. That's to me this record, like, oh, cool. I guess like I didn't even know it was a record until a week ago. So a record to even be broken. So like who knew? And it doesn't ultimately matter. Like this isn't one of those.
Nobody knew it.
Yeah, this one isn't. It's like, yeah, cool. I'm more interested in what SGA said after when they asked him about it. He said, look, man, it's been a great couple of years. This team is focused. We have fun with each other. We're united. We lock in. We play hard-nosed. We have fun, and we're winning a bunch of games, and we're trying to win championships. That, to me, is what makes why I like SGA. I like the way the Thunder conduct themselves. When you see an interview, you see the whole team. If they're interviewing me, everybody's behind him. You see him, everybody's behind him. They're united. They play hard for each other. They don't care if they play 8 minutes or 28 minutes. That's the part I like more about him and his team. I get the free throw merch, and I get people upset about that.
It just takes away from the game.
And I can understand. Aesthetically, he does do. That's not debating. That happens. But his game, the silky smoothness, I like. But I do get why people are upset about the free throws. But it's the same thing with Jalen Brunson, and it's the same thing with Luka. Fox Sports Radio, The Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, on a Magic City Monday. Miss Mary Mack on the ones and twos. It's time now for our Express Pro of the Week. Don't let employee turnover slow down business. Express Employment Professional finds the talent you need to keep productivity on track. From the warehouse to the front office, Express staffs all jobs. Visit expresspros.com today. And now it is time for the Express Pro of the Week. And the Pro of the Week goes to Arkansas freshman Darius Acuff Jr. Scored 30 points on Sunday to lead the Razorbacks to the SEC Tournament Championship. So, again, congrats to Darius Acuff Jr. for being our Express Pro of the Week. He won't last long in the draft, that's for sure. People really, really high on him. All right. Yeah, well, the tournament. He'll be good. We get to see him in a game or two, Rob G. That boy good. He's going to be a top 3, top 4 pick. All right, Rob G, we talked about this a little bit last week, just the WBC and what it means, and we had a big star, MLB Bros' own Aaron Judge, talk about it a little bit too.
That's right. On Friday, we had a big debate on the show about, Julio Rodriguez saying that he'd rather win the WBC than win a World Series.
I'm glad they lost.
And somebody on this show got their panties all up in a bunch. So you can guess how excited I was when 3-time MLB Bro of the Year, Aaron Judge, didn't quite say the same thing.
Three-time MVP.
He said something very similar. Take a listen.
MLB Bro.
I say it's been bigger. World Series I was in, the crowd here, the crowd we had when we played against Mexico, it's bigger and better than the World Series. It's just, like I said, the passion that these fans have, representing their country, representing some of their favorite players, there's nothing like it. And that's what you dream of as a kid.
Man, I told you. It's because it's life or death over there, Rob. Like, we love baseball. You and I, we cover it. I do pre and post for the Dodgers, but it's life or death in these other countries, man. It is right. When their country is across the jersey, whether it be WBC or what do you mean stop? It's factual.
No, they play the WBC every 3 or 4 years. Of course, you're going to be jacked for it.
You think Americans weren't jacked?
Come on, man.
We watched it. We were cool with it. We liked it. We weren't jacked like they were.
But my point is, you should be special. It's like the Olympics. It's not every year. It's every 4 years.
No, don't do that. You poo-poo.
Build up something.
No. You poo-pooed on the WBC.
I dare Aaron Judge to say he'd rather win a WBC than a World Series for the Yankees.
He won't say it.
I know he won't.
Because he's American. Julio Rodriguez said it. Because, again.
And that's why Seattle didn't make it to the World Series last year.
Julio was like, man, I don't even want to win this.
And that's why the Dominican Republic lost. And now I hope the Mariners don't make it back to the playoffs.
And what if America loses now?
At least you got your WBC. If they lose to Italy, then fine. I'm fine with that.
Man, so all I've been simply saying is
Italy's winning 2-0 right now.
Italy is having
an unbelievable run. I don't even know.
Right now.
Is it the Jorge Posada magic? I don't even know for Italy.
It's something going on right now. I don't know. They're not playing around. But that's my point, though. It's, again, man, with these, whether it be WBC, whether it be World Cup, whether it be whatever, whether it be their annual tournaments, they just take. And if you look at soccer, man, every year, like the matches they play, I'm not even talking about every 3 or 4 year thing. It's just a little more serious, a little more life or death for them. I mean, like I told you, literally death. They shooting referees, people with flames and fire and chaos outside the stadiums. I mean, it's crazy how they feel about their sports, whether it be basketball in Eastern Europe. I already mentioned soccer. Or you already know we're talking about baseball now. It's just a hair different. And again, I think it's because we love our sports here, but we kind of like, okay, I'm a football guy.
I just think they're being politically correct. And
why they can't feel that way?
No, I really do. I'm just the moment, that situation. So they keep asking, hey, what is it? What is the crowd? Is this better than a World Series crowd? Like, dude. Yeah, well, it would be, because if you're in a different, like if you're in Los Angeles and you're the Yankees, yes, the World Series crowd is going to be great for the Dodgers, not for you. This is different. I get the country and all that stuff, but to sit there and say you'd rather win a WBC, a exhibition every 3 or 4 years over winning a World Series, if you honestly say that as American baseball player,
what about somebody who is
shame on you?
Who may look, if you would, whatever look American means, but
what does that mean?
Been here. What I'm saying is somebody
who's that? You sound like the vice president.
Who is you people?
No.
He speaks American.
No, what I'm trying to say.
I speak American.
What I'm saying is a guy.
Did you hear that?
I speak American.
Huh?
That was my like second, third grade when people used to say that. But
I speak American.
A guy who's been in 1 million World Series titles. A guy who loves his country but loves his team. Is what I'm trying to say. He is a Dodger. Kike Hernandez has said the same thing.
Please. He never led anybody to anything. Get out of here with that. He was on the team. He was
so,
on the bus.
Best one of the better players on the team in Julio.
Please.
You got Aaron Judge telling you this.
No, Aaron
Kike
Judge did
telling
not
you this.
tell me that.
Why you don't want to hear nobody, Rob?
I'm not hearing
Who you
that.
want to hit? You want James Earl Jones to give you the voice of something? Well, Rob, and they love the WBC more than the World Series.
I got a word for you. It's
What?
called propaganda. That's what it is. That's what I'm going to
Now
leave it
it's
at that.
propaganda.
It's
You know, Aaron Judge ain't doing MLB, bro, in 2026.
Propaganda.
We are Fox Sports.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion.
Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
Undefeated Italy has taken a 2-0 lead over Venezuela on FS1, this semifinal of the World Baseball Classic going on in Miami. The game's in the top of the third inning. Tonight's winner gets the U.S. in Tuesday night's final. As for the last night, the Americans did advance, beating the Dominican Republic 2-1 in the other semi. On to an NBA update, and the Washington Wizards have a record of 16-50. But Trae Young had 21 points in 21 minutes. He has left now with a bruised quad, will not return tonight. Golden State leads at Washington at the end of 3, 98-86. The Atlanta Hawks have won 9 games in a row, and they're winning 101-75 against Orlando late in the third. This would end the Magic's 7-game winning streak. Looks like Brooklyn's up for another loss. Early third, Portland leads 69-46 at Brooklyn. I'm Steve DeSager.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Both of them?
Sweetie.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Hour number 3 here on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. And, of course, check out our brand new YouTube channel, man. We appreciate all the support, all the people subscribing. But there are others who have not subscribed. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. That's Odd Couple FSR. Hit the subscribe button. Just search Odd Couple FSR. We'd appreciate it.
That's right.
Hey, are you into video games, celebrities, or just a good time? The Global Gaming League is a video game league with celebrity-owned teams from T-Pain and Neo. That's right. Competing in everything from Call of Duty to Tetris. Sign up and join the league now at globalgamingleague.com. Don't forget, can't believe we're already in hour number 3. Last call as well coming up. We'll do that at the end of the show. Your chance to get in case you weren't able to get in at any point throughout the show. All right. Do we have any odd mob? Anybody chiming in on the Dominican Republic?
What are they saying?
Oh, a lot of racism going on in the chat.
Yeah, we're not. Don't read that.
We're not going to read that.
I'm trying to stay on the.
Oh my gosh.
Stay on the air.
But why though? Like, why does you know what I mean? Like, why does everything have to lead to craziness?
It's just lowest common.
Whatever happened to civil debates? Hey man, I think they should. No man, whatever happened.
Well, I think civil debate went out the window when, as Dixie I'm not going to read the last name. Dixie pointed out, "Speak American." Ha 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 ha. Talking about when you. Oh, yeah, so that you kind of ruined it for the rest of us.
I did say it. Well, I didn't say speak American.
You said look American.
What I was trying to say, that's not. It came out wrong. What I was trying to say, he fits. He's been with the Dodgers. That's what I was trying to say. He loves his team, his country, but he's been a Dodger for so long.
Okay.
Yeah. Why you still? He just saying it matters more. That's all I was saying. Kike said.
So I'll read one of the comments that's critical of the DR. That's not that racist, and you guys can determine how you feel about it.
Okay.
It's already bad if you said it's
not. No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Some of them are. This one's not that bad. Michael says most of the players in the DR are full of immature punks.
Oh my!
The only guy on the team I like is Vlad Jr. Soto's kind of cool as well. The rest of them punks.
Dang.
I don't know what about them would make them punks.
Because people don't like celebratory showmanship, flipping bats, dancing.
It's okay, but
just own up when you lose. That's all I say. I love it.
That's what makes you like people look at and then like are like, oh, okay, you're just a front runner because you can do all that. When you lose, be gracious about it. That's all. I don't have any issue with that. I told you they used to, but when we were doing the show with Chris, they said I had a man crush on Tatis.
I mean, you did.
What do you mean? They said you
did.
They
said no, I didn't.
You just cheated on a winner
for the PEDs. He's like, never mind.
Yeah,
I don't like ethical baseball players.
You know, you said once a cheater, always a cheater. You moved on from him. You was like, "Boo, you cheated on me."
No, I did not.
I'm gone.
I mean,
and now you with Aaron Judge.
I still think he's a great player, but
he ain't got nothing on your boo though.
No,
he doesn't.
He ain't got nothing.
Well, you know what's crazy is
Rob G. Here comes the season where I never see Rob's full face. When anytime a Yankee game, I'm like, Rob, look, hello, I'm over here.
Jay Stu, friend of ours, produces the Stu Gott Show.
Yes.
We love Jay Stu.
I never missed Stu Gott.
Jay Stu is, I'm going to glide right past that one. Jay Stu is like the definitive police when it comes to bat flipping. If you follow him on X or on Instagram.
He hates it?
He hates it with a passion, right? And so I remember I thought it'd be slick because Shohei Ohtani hit a big blast, flipped the heck out of the ball. I'm like, let's see what Jay Stu's going to say something out of the bat.
And he's the biggest Dodger fan.
I was like,
going.
what's Jay Stu going to say about Ohtani? But he's going to keep his mouth shut on that one. Nope. About 15 minutes later, why can't he just hit a home run with dignity? This is what I'm talking about. I'm like, see, all right, cool. Okay. Now I take back
At
everything
least he's
I said.
consistent, but come on, Jay Stu. Jay Stu, come on, have some fun. It is sports. Remember you were a kid playing baseball, basketball, football?
But I'm going to tell you, one of the all-time, when Jose Batista hit that home run for Toronto.
That was amazing.
I'm
not even a Raptor fan. I would get that on a T-shirt, like summertime T-shirt.
Blue Jays.
Yeah, the bat flip. That was gangster.
That was. And it was a big home run, a big spot. I'm okay with that. And if the pitcher doesn't like it, get him out next time or buzz him.
Here's my thing.
You can buzz him. I'm okay with that. Don't throw it at his head.
Right.
But push him back.
Why can't things evolve? Like, that's not what they did in the 20s and 30s and 40s. Which, by the way, is crazy that we're officially – you can't just say 20s anymore because now we're in the 2020s. Like, now you got to be specific, 1920s. But, like, why can't things evolve, Rob? You know what I mean? Like, they didn't do that. There have been an influx of cultures now in baseball. Back in the day, it was just white men. And then it became some brothers and some Asians, some Latinos, and so on and so forth.
Babe Ruth pointed to the right field bleachers.
He was saying she fine. Who?
No, that Babe over Ruth, there. No, Babe Ruth was pointing. He hit a home run. I mean, that's not showboating.
I'm
just asking.
Well, I mean, some people say he was a brother.
Yeah, anyway. I believe the second one.
Yeah.
He was the original MLB bro.
Yeah, some people say he was a brother. He was.
Yeah.
It's a lot
of the current American players. Who's the most bat flippingest one? Is it Bryce Harper?
American?
Because Bryce Harper flip a bat every once in a while.
Well, he'll flip off on two. He'll flip off on Rob Manfred.
So, but like, is there anybody else that's American?
And Dave Dombrowski, the general manager.
Exactly.
That plays with that kind of flair.
American born.
Like Freddie Freeman ain't doing it. Mookie Betts ain't doing it.
Freddie Freeman ain't doing it. Well.
PCA ain't doing it.
No, I don't know. To be honest,
the Dodgers do some wild, crazy stuff. They do. Listen,
and Rob loves every time he sees it. You gotta see the latest one.
They do some wild celebrations. The Dodgers.
No, because I can't believe the video when I see it. None of it makes sense.
It's got to be AI, Rob G. This AI. That's a real celebration.
It's a little wild. It's a little wild. I'm not gonna lie. They have a little fun out there. So as far as just that type of energy, it probably is Harper. I feel like we're missing somebody.
Well, speaking of missing somebody, Arizona Ron says, why the F Alex ain't never here on Mondays?
Well,
long weekends, I think.
Buns out Mondays. Is this when he goes to the farmer's market? I don't know.
This is when he gets in the van that he lives in and drives like another 15 miles and parks in a new spot.
Scooby, Shaggy, and his girlfriend.
They all up in there? I don't know. But
that van is pretty tough, though. When he sent the picture, I was like, that's pretty cool.
With the munchies.
I wouldn't want to live in it, but that's pretty tough.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what they were doing back in the 70s.
All right, can we get into the NFL trade that happened?
Absolutely. Blockbuster trade involving a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Is he?
He was. He had been.
He was your guy for a while.
He might start this upcoming season.
I'm not going through the 2026 NFL season, which I'm going to dive on you.
Big NFL trade. The New York Jetropolitans, Rob Parker's hometown team, have traded their starting quarterback. Justin Fields has been dealt to the Kansas City Chiefs for a future 6th-round pick, presumably so Fields can back up Patrick Mahomes, but possibly to start the first couple of games of the season while Mahomes rehabs a knee injury.
I've read all the comments. People thinking that Andy Reid is Mother Teresa and going to save Justin Fields, and it's everybody else. Every place he's been, it's everybody else. It's the offensive coordinator. It's the ball boy. It's the masseuse at the facility.
Whoa.
It's everybody except Justin.
The Browns.
Except Justin Fields. I think it's if he's going to be the backup quarterback and he doesn't play and holds a clipboard and goes to practice and does all that stuff, he should have a long career. He should probably play for 10 or 12 years. Mm-hmm. If you really think Andy Reid is going to turn him around, I just don't see it. Like, he's had opportunities. He went to the Jets. They gave him the quarterback job, didn't they? Was there a
mm-hmm.
They gave him the job. Aaron Glenn swore by him, the toughest quarterback to defend and work up a game plan for. That's what he said. Go read the quote. And what happened? They couldn't wait to get him out of there, right? It was really, really bad. Everywhere you go, you can't keep blaming everybody else. And Justin Fields, he seemed like the greatest guy in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if football's really, his main focus. I know he wants to be a missionary. At least that's what I read. I think he's had ample chances. And I'm not saying that he can't go there and be a serviceable backup. You go there for Patrick Mahomes and not play for 8 years. Okay, that could work. Or you play once in a blue moon. Starting quarterback in the NFL, I don't care if Andy Reid was working with him. I don't see it.
Here's why I totally get what you're saying, but the little pushback that I'll offer you. Justin Fields had Matt Nagy. He had Matt Eberflus as his coach in Chicago. Then he goes with Mike Tomlin, solid coach. We know, a very good coach, and a well-run organization in the Steelers, and he has some success. They chose to go with the Super Bowl winner and Russell Wilson, and that ended up being it for him. But we saw some success there. He's 4-2, 10 touchdowns, I think 1 interception, and was solid.
His numbers weren't good.
He was solid. But I'm not even here to act like he was some Pro Bowler or some amazing player. My point is, we saw some success. We saw some semblance of, oh wow, okay, he's a pro. Goes to Aaron Glenn. Chaos with the Jets. He's a horrible player. They aren't great. Bad situation. The only pushback I have, because I totally get what you're saying, but I would offer that the only time we saw him with what we would deem a well-run organization and a good coach, we saw some success. So that would be the only thing I would be interested in, is to see now you're with, obviously, somebody who's great offensively in Andy Reid. If nothing else, that's what he's been, is great with quarterbacks and great.
I think that's the biggest cop-out, that the only way a player can have success is if everything around them works. Mm-hmm. When we've seen players go to bad teams and turn it around and overcome that. And I'm going to give you, Cincinnati had not won a playoff game since Moby Dick was a guppy. Mm-hmm. And they couldn't win a playoff game. Joe Burrow, Rob G, am I lying? Don't go to Cincinnati. I'm trying to make the case that you're making for Justin Fields. You could Google it. Stories. People are trying to tell Joe Burrow, don't go to Cincinnati.
Right, of course
it's a bad organization. That the owner doesn't have money. It's a mom and pop store. They don't even have an outside facility. They don't even have an indoor facility. Mm-hmm. Like, there were all these bad things. The guy got hurt, played 8 or 9 games his rookie year, came back the next year, went to Kansas City and beat Andy Reid and Mahomes and the Chiefs and went to the Super Bowl. And my only point is, it can't always be everybody else.
But you said you said only, and I'm not saying that. I'm saying Joe Burrow might have had the greatest college football quarterback season we've ever seen. Joe Burrow is amazing. Justin Fields ain't that. So Joe Burrow can take a team that isn't that great and make them look better. And by the way, since then, Joe Burrow's been miserable. Joe Burrow, I don't even know if he want to play football anymore.
Not the point. My point is that
now look at him
people
in his
tried to talk him out of it.
Organization.
People tried to talk him out of going there because they said that was a badly run organization.
And it has been ever since.
And he still was able to get them to the Super Bowl.
I'm not disagreeing. It's a fact. But it's been a bad run ever since. We don't even know if he likes football. He's talking about how miserable he is right now. And we don't know the chaos that's going on in Cincinnati. So was that an anomaly or a Cincinnati?
But it happened.
But my point is, with Justin Fields, I don't think he's ever going to be a great quarterback. You and I talked about it. He's too much of an emotional ride, and I don't even know football is the most important thing. All I'm saying is it will be interesting to see, with good coaching, sitting behind one of the greatest quarterbacks of his generation, one of the greatest coaches of his generation, it'll be interesting to see how he can improve and be a solid pro. Not by saying he's going to be an all-pro and all that, but that's because the only time I ever saw him look solid was when he was with a great coach in Mike Tomlin, and they're not even the most offensively minded team in a well-run organization. That's all I'm saying. Everything else has been Matt Nagy, Matt Eberflus, and Aaron Glenn. That's all I'm saying. It'll be good to see if he can grow from it. He ain't playing, unless obviously injuries, but he's not going to play there. But if he goes there a year or two, gets better, does he have some type of renaissance once he's improved there?
I give the guy, everybody, they just like him, I guess, because he's a nice guy or something.
I think they see
I've watched plenty. The Jets turned over. He left Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
They gave him a 2-year contract. That fully guaranteed. Teams around the league laughed at the Jets that they gave him so much money guaranteed because he hadn't warranted it, right? So that was to take the pressure off. All you got to do is play. We believe in you. We gave you the money, everything, and he still couldn't get it done. And if you want to just say it's always the offensive coordinator when you're missing people, throwing the ball, and you can't you're getting sacked because you're holding on to the ball and all the other stuff that went on, I just can't sit there and just say, oh, it was the offensive coordinator.
Let me tell you what I'm not about to do.
All they told me was that the Jets had weapons.
I'm not about to argue with you.
You want to go read the stories before the season about he's going to be Sam Darnold. Like, they wrote all these stories. He just needed a change of scenery. He has a team that believes in him now. He has weapons. He's going to be Sam Darnold.
I wanted him to stay there in Pittsburgh because the way they play, they run the ball, good defense, the whole organization wasn't on his shoulders, and that's what changed when you go to the Jets, and that's what was happening, how the Bears were running it, right? He didn't get the Ben Johnson Bears. He got the Matt Eberflus, and Matt Nagy's. He didn't get Ben Johnson, so that's what I'm saying. It'd be interesting to see. And then I definitely think this is, what's that show, Rob G? Last Chance U or whatever? This is Last Chance U for Justin Fields. If you can improve under Andy Reid, learning the tutelage from Patrick Mahomes and Eric Bieniemy, then this is it. This is Last Chance U, in my opinion.
Well, define improved.
A equal version of what you were.
So here's what he was with the Jetropolitans.
Don't go. Boy, there's nothing but up from there. Come on, Rob G.
2-7 as a starter, 31st out of 36 qualified passers in QBR, based on a minimum of 200 attempts. He finished 7 touchdown passes, 1 pick, which is not bad, but he only had 1,700 total yards across 5 starts.
I meant the best version we've ever seen of him professionally was with the Steelers. Can you be that
not
and
throwing
improve?
the ball?
Right.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's it.
I'm dead serious.
The football.
I'm actually dead serious.
We do not care. You are not.
Throw when you need to. Use. It's the weirdest thing to me when you have these weapons and you don't use it.
But in this NFL, you have to be able to throw the football.
No.
That's why Tim Tebow couldn't play.
He ain't Tim Tebow.
He couldn't make a 15-yard pass. I'm just trying to tell you. I remember Stink would always talk about, in Denver, would go to the practices. He said, dude, he can't make a consistent 15-yard pass. Like how are you going to play in the league?
Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the league. It's Lamar Jackson, if you want to say it's him, whichever way you want to go. They use their legs, and I understand why he doesn't use them.
No, but you also have to be able to throw.
Right.
He can't throw.
But use what you got. That's like a guy who can shoot threes and post up, but I'm only going to post up. Shoot the 3 if you got it, too.
877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Can Andy Reid fix Justin Fields in Kansas City? We want to hear from you. We'll continue that conversation next. It is The Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
America.
LeBron may have put his foot in his mouth once again. Take a listen.
Playing 82 games in the 80s and 90s is not the same as playing 82 games in the 2020s. It's just not. The way we play, the level of pace, the level of the speed that we're playing at, it's a different game now. It's a totally different game. It's a lot of soft tissue injuries that's happened now because of it.
Straight, Boulder Dash, Poppycock. I mean, come on. Like LeBron, this is where people push away. When you hear this and he's trying to justify and whatnot. We get the injuries and what's going on. People used to get injured there, and it was different defensively. But, Rob G., you did the research, right? Or you found out. You got them, too.
I got the numbers.
And the numbers just don't add up for LeBron, and that's the issue. And that's what we talk about. When you listen to these terrible podcasts and there's nobody there to push back and say, well, that's interesting, LeBron, because back in so-and-so, it's the same, and you're saying you're playing differently. What you got?
Man, let me tell you. You're at because he is absolutely right what he said. It was
that's why I want
different.
to talk to Rob G. Then.
I got the numbers. No, I'm saying he's absolutely right, and that the 80s and 90s was way harder to play in, way more difficult to play in.
That's what I'm saying. All right.
Yeah, because listen, let's talk about the numbers. First of all, LeBron typically. He can be this. He can be polarizing. He can be passive-aggressive. One of the things he normally is very astute when it comes to basketball. His acumen, he knows he's a historian. That's one of the things I appreciate.
How do you say that when he voted for Bronny for the All-Star game?
Well, that's his son. You know what I mean? Nepotism, cronyism.
Yes.
You got to get that done. But, he's very well-studied, historically, knows the game. That's one of the things you can at least appreciate about him. This one, he's dead wrong in my opinion for multiple reasons. Number one.
Are we recording this?
The 80s was the absolute, to me, hybrid of the two. You got the fast pace, and he's talking about pacing. Let's talk about the pacing. In the 80s, it was the fastest. In fact, the only pace that they had was 1 year, 87 to 88, when they had a slower pace. They were at 99.6, which the current pace is at 99.6. After that, you're talking 100.6 to 102.1.
Did he ever watch Showtime?
Showtime. The Celtics, the Pistons, the 76ers with Dr. J, Houston with the Hakeem and Ralph Sampson. The Nuggets, they were going back in the day.
The Nuggets would score 175 points on a regular basis. Yes.
Watch
Alex
this.
English and all those guys. Yes.
Kiki Vanderway. Not only were they playing at a higher pace, what else would you see? Punches, clotheslines, and hard fouls.
And they were physical. You come into the lane, guess what? You're going to get a two-piece and a biscuit.
So they are playing at a faster pace, way more physical. They didn't have commercial airlines. They did not have the advanced medicine and nutrition that they have right now.
They used to ride next to me on the plane.
Literally.
When I covered the NBA back then, NBA players sat next to me. We were on commercial flights. Yep. We took 6 a.m. flights out of every city. Mm-hmm. Like, that was an NBA rule, because back then you didn't go back home and get in your own bed. You would go on a road trip.
Yep.
And you would stay on the road, and you would fly to the next city, and we would be on those flights.
Exactly. So the idea that, it's just so hard now. All y'all do is go 35 feet out and set pick and rolls. Now, if you want to talk about soft tissue issues and why guys are beat up and brutal, I tell you why, and I've been telling this since the duration of me on this show. It's that they only play basketball since they were 6. And that's all they do. And they're playing for their team. They're playing for the travel league. They're playing AAU. Then they play for this team.
That's not what people did. They played all sports.
They played all sports. How many times we hear about guys playing football, baseball, basketball? Oh, I didn't really lock into basketball until my freshman year, because the other years I was playing this. Or in high school, I had to decide which one am I going to finally commit to, because I played all of these sports. That's the issue why guys are beat down, wore out. That's why LaMelo Ball is always injured, and Lonzo Ball is always injured, and Zion's always injured.
And they played 1 million games on the AAU circuit on the weekend.
6 on Saturday, 5 on Sunday.
Ridiculous.
Then I go back to my regular team, and I'm playing too much. But the idea that they're playing faster pace and it's harder. Yeah, right. You have everything catered to you. The best medicine, best nutrition, best travel, best doctors.
I don't remember any masseuses traveling when I was covering the NBA in the 80s. I don't remember. There was some fat guy in there rubbing you down after a game.
That's about the best you got. What was the dude with the Pistons for all those 30, 40 years? What was his name? Mike
Abdenauer.
Abdenauer, exactly.
That's a good call for you. Very good. Mike Abdenauer.
Yeah. So I'm blown away with this one, LeBron. It's a big miss, because they played at a faster pace throughout the duration of the 80s. They played much more physical basketball. They didn't have the advancement of medicine and technology. So I don't get where he's going. And guys do. And then your guy, Joe Dumars, came out and said they're saying there's no more when it comes to the load management, there's no significant data that concludes that you're better off with load management. Fox Sports Radio, it's the Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington on a Magic City Monday. Still got last call coming up in just a little bit. Your chance to hop in with the boys if you haven't had a chance to. We'll do that in just a little bit. And for the Fox Sports Radio Bracket Challenge is live. Now that the matchups are set, be sure to complete your bracket at foxsportsradio.com. You can do that right now. Complete, and you get a chance to compete against our Fox Sports Radio hosts and against fellow listeners to see who has the best bracket. The winning bracket in the Fox Sports Radio Bracket Challenge will win a $1,000 gift card. That's right. And a perfect bracket is going to get you $1 million. So fill out your bracket now, and until Thursday morning, you got your chance to do that when games begin. Visit foxsportsradio.com now to register, get the rules, and to fill out your bracket. It's all presented by Webull, trading and investing built for you. All right, 877-99 on Fox. Justin Fields, it's a wrap. Never going to improve. Can he improve under Andy Reid? Any expectation from him at all? Maybe.
Nope. Hold the clipboard and
makes a bunch of money.
That's it. It's okay.
Listen, I call it
he got
Chase
enough
Daniels.
shots. Well, how many teams are going to be on? 10 teams?
I have no argument. Like, he's had a bunch of runs. Sam Darnold had runs, and
But he had they turned the keys over to him with the Jets. They gave him the money. There was no competition.
Does anyone succeed with the Jets, though, Rob?
No.
I mean, that even Aaron Rodgers, who was a first ballot, one of the greatest we've ever seen.
No, the Jets went to back-to-back AFC Championship games. Yes. Mark Sanchez won 4 road playoff games.
Did you just bring up 20 years ago?
Yes.
I'm talking about the last 15, 20 years.
No, but you're acting like they've never had
and
any
that was
success.
that defense.
I'm buying it.
He ran into butts.
Go back.
That was the defense. You know that.
Go back and watch and see what he did against Tom Brady in Foxborough.
Mark Sanchez did what he had to do. He made a few passes, but you get what I'm saying. I'm saying, can somebody thrive? Can the offense? He ain't got Bart Scott and Darrelle Revis and all them.
You're blaming the Bears and you're blaming everybody but the player. Dre in Michigan. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dre?
Hey, what it do, fellas? Y'all good?
How you been?
Yo, what's up, bro?
I'm doing great. Hey, y'all kind of stole a little bit of my thunder right there for you clicked in. But no, I think he has a chance because we've seen in recent years. We've seen with Sam Darnold. We've seen with Baker Mayfield. We've seen with Daniel Jones. And not necessarily thinking it's necessarily going to be Andy Reid, but if you look at, they got Eric Bieniemy back.
Mm-hmm.
And Eric Bieniemy is a real strict person. So you never know how a person is going to reach, what kind of coach it takes to reach that type person.
I haven't seen anything in the NFL to make me believe they'd be a starting quarterback. Zero.
I mean, he got an arm.
I haven't seen anything.
Who he had working with him? If you said you had Eberflus, he just got fired from Dallas.
They all been fired, Dre.
Right,
every offensive coordinator you want to mention, they've all been fired. Eric Bieniemy got sent packing, and he was one of their main guys, right, in Kansas City, and they were winning Super Bowls, and they ran him out of there.
He want to get a job, Rob.
Never looked the same after that. After he left, that's when they started dropping passes and stopped doing everything because he was the one controlling that. So I mean,
I just don't know what you've seen. I don't know what you've seen. They've been on fire. How many teams?
He has an arm. He has legs. You just got to find somebody to work with. That's all.
Appreciate you, man.
I'm glad you see it because I haven't seen it.
Like I said, I'm not going to sit up here and act like you're crazy for that. At some point, I think he's. Yeah, I just think people.
I've been saying it for years, man. It ain't no Johnny come lately. I haven't seen it.
That'd be interesting, like I said.
Everybody, where's all those people in Chicago said don't take Caleb, stick with Justin
right?
Fields?
You know what they're going to say?
What?
He didn't get Ben Johnson.
Yeah, okay.
You know that's what they're going to say, right?
Rick in Anchorage, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Rick?
How you doing? I've been a Jets fan since the beginning, but the only thing about the Jets, they can't ever put a team together on both sides of the ball at the same time. The other side of that is that you got to look at it, how many quarterbacks the Jets have sent to the Super Bowl. Not that they played for the Jets, but how many quarterbacks did the Jets send? I think it's about 4 or 5 to Super Bowls.
I need you to elaborate on what you mean by that.
He means like Sam Darnold, went to the Super Bowl.
Like guys who left and went to the Super Bowl? Okay.
Yeah, but my question to you is not, what have you seen from Justin Fields? The Jets gave him the keys to the car. They gave him a 2-year
contract. Man, they gave him a janky Pinto.
They gave you saw it. He had every opportunity. He was awful last year.
He was awful, though. I'm denying that.
You're right. And every other quarterback that have left the Jets also had a great opportunity.
Well, but he was also in Pittsburgh. A 25-year-old didn't want to compete for the job. You remember that? That's why he didn't come back to Pittsburgh. Anybody who doesn't want to compete, I got a problem with that. A young guy who doesn't want to compete for the job, he hadn't done anything for Pittsburgh to just turn the job over to him. Would you agree with that, Rick?
I agree with you. I sure do.
That's the only part. There's something missing.
See, this is why we get mad. See what I'm talking about?
No,
See what
but
Rick did? Nah, this was Rick was supposed to say.
Rick,
he was 4-2. He was playing the best he been. 10 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Rick, you know
they
what
go
I'm
to
talking
Russell
about,
Wilson.
Rick.
They win 4 or 5 in a row. Then they lose 6. That's what I would say about Rick.
When a guy doesn't want to fight for the job, I'm going to question.
Well, I told you, I don't.
Unless you won a Super Bowl, and unless you done something like that, I get it. But come on, man, he was looking for a job.
Well, he knew when Aaron Rodgers was coming in there that,
Any concern that Justin Fields has a higher completion percentage than Caleb Williams?
No.
Or that he had higher air yards per attempt or yards per completion?
Nope. Because
he can't throw.
He never made any of those plays that Caleb Williams
made a couple of throws.
No, he did not.
He just didn't make them at the time.
I mean, that's the thing.
He didn't make any of them.
Listen, Caleb Williams is the best example of, doing something that matters at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
He could be literally 4 for 12 at halftime, and then he makes 3 for 3 in the fourth quarter, and then that's all people are going to remember. And
because it's about winning games.
It is.
So what I'm saying is, you said he can't throw, but he has a higher completion percentage than a guy who can throw.
Okay, but I haven't seen it from him. I haven't. And
that's also because he's been on terrible teams, so nobody's seen it. Unless you're in New York, nobody's seen it.
Anyone outside of Ohio State hasn't seen it.
All I'm saying, Rob,
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it, and it ain't me. Because the Bears, if they saw anything, could have said, "Oh no, we can
had the number 1 pick coming up.
But you can go and say we got him. All we need to do is get some other players around him." So that was he was there. He wasn't there for 1 year, and then they go to Pittsburgh. You're right. They couldn't wait to bench him at 4-2.
But you talked about that. You said that was Mike Tomlin more than anything else.
But I knew he wasn't. I knew they wanted to win, but also their other numbers. His numbers weren't great. When you pull back the curtains,
they were winnable for that type of team.
And it was reported at the time widely that the only reason they made the switch because Mike Tomlin was convinced that he could not win
the players wanted him
without him.
The players wanted him to stay in there.
That's true, Robbie. You said yourself, Mike Tomlin was so worried about winning. That's why he waited for Aaron Rodgers because he's like, I gotta
win a game.
I gotta get a playoff win. And
but he didn't play well enough to be like.
But why do you? I get nobody was saying he was the return of Joe Montana, but if I'm leading a team and we're 4-2. We got something going. We're not great. I'm not acting like he was 2018 Patrick Mahomes, but all I was saying was they felt like they had something, and that's when at the time we were talking about the teammates were saying, "Hey, man."
I told you the whole time, as soon as Russell Wilson is healthy, he's going to be the quarterback.
And I wonder if they look like, man, we should have kept that thing going.
And then the first 5 or 6 games, you remember? All of a sudden,
Don't first five me. Give me them last 5.
No,
don't first five me.
No, the first 5. All of a sudden, they're scoring 38. The Steelers were scoring 38 points.
What happened?
Airing it out, all that. No, I'm not talking about that.
I don't even know who Russell Wilson is. He doing TikToks with his wife.
He was tired of all the. Everything was dink and dunk and the squeakers and all that. All of a sudden, they were lit. Go look at the scores.
Let me tell you who wish they were dinking and dunking right now. The Houston Texans would have loved some dinks and some dunks. They might have won a Super Bowl if C.J. Stroud didn't go full C.J. Stroud.
Not with Justin Fields, they wouldn't.
They done got that man. That man cut his hair. All right, we're done right now. Steve DeSager, hopping in right now.
He's making excuses. Go ahead.
Italy is still leading Venezuela 2-1. Bottom of the 5th inning right now in a semifinal at the World Baseball Classic in Miami. Starting pitcher Aaron Nola for Italy. 4 innings, 1 run allowed. It was a solo shot from Eugenio Suarez. They've used their other good starting pitcher in relief. Michael Lorenzen just threw a scoreless 5th inning, allowed a leadoff walk, but got out of that small jam. The Italians 5-0 in the tournament. Could be playing the U.S. in the final Tuesday night, which will be on Fox TV. This game this evening is on FS1. To the NBA, and the Atlanta Hawks have won 9 in a row. They're leading with 3 minutes to go, 117-105 against Orlando. 39 points for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. The Golden State Warriors have won at Washington 125-117 behind 30 points off the bench from Kristaps Porzingis. Wizards record now 16-51, and Washington's Trae Young left with a bruised quad. He had 21 points. Big lead for Portland still at Brooklyn, 91-71 with about 10 minutes to go. A loss for the Nets would put them at 17-51 this season. Celtics back in the lead against Phoenix, 100-96 with under 8 minutes to go. The Suns do have 37 points from Devin Booker. At Chicago, Bulls 84-73 over Memphis so far late in the third. And at New Orleans, it's Pelicans 86-69 over Dallas. That's mid-third quarter. Zion Williamson with 25 points. The Lakers have won 5 straight. They're about to start at Houston. Luka Doncic of LA named Player of the Week in the West. Bam Adebayo, Miami, Player of the Week in the East. For the Rockets, center Alperen Şengün out again tonight with his bad back. The late game in a half an hour will have the Clippers hosting San Antonio. Kawhi Leonard of the Clips out with a sprained ankle, and Minnesota's Anthony Edwards will miss Tuesday's game with a sore knee. The Kansas City Chiefs acquired quarterback Justin Fields and cash from the Jets for a 6th-rounder next year. Darius Slay, former Pro Bowl defensive back, retired after 13 years in the league. Carolina re-signed punter Sam Martin. The 49ers signed veteran wide receiver Christian Kirk. And in the NHL, the LA Kings have won in New York 4-1 over the Rangers. Back to you.
Thank you, Steve. Have a great night. It's the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, on a Magic City Monday. And, hey, if you're into video games, celebrities, or just a good time, the Global Gaming League is a video game league with celebrity-owned teams from T-Pain to Neo, competing in everything from Call of Duty to Tetris. So make sure you sign up and join the league now at globalgamingleague.com.
I got that one right. Washington plus 16.5. They only lost by 8.
Yeah. The feisty Wizards, as they're saying it right now. I don't know anything about the Wizards. It's feisty right now. Rob G, the NBA, trying to get bigger and grow?
That's big facts. According to ESPN and other outlets, the NBA Board of Governors, also known as the owners, are going to vote relatively soon here on the approval of 2 expansion cities, namely Las Vegas and Seattle. Assuming it gets approved, it'll move forward to another vote to determine whether or not it'll be active. If all signs point to it is going to be approved, we could have an expansion here in about 2 seasons with either Minnesota or most likely Minnesota transitioning to the Eastern Conference to even things out.
Well, I'm against the plan. Yet another money grab. As bad as this NBA is, they got about 10 teams tanking. The product is awful, and here we are adding 2 more teams. Totally disagree with this. Money grab from the owners. I get it. The expansion fee, you got to pay.
Oh, yeah.
The players get none of it. The owners split it, so they want to add 2 more teams.
They're saying they could go for $10 billion, too.
If you want to do that, it should be the other way around. How about them replacing 2 teams that already exist or moving them?
Wizards?
No.
Kings?
I would move the Kings, and I would move OKC. I would send OKC back to Seattle, where they belong. That's their franchise, right? I would move them back. And I would move the Kings to Las Vegas. Those would be my moves.
So you're not going to replace OKC?
No.
It was just thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Good night.
Nope.
We won a championship. Look like he'll win another one. Get out.
No, but that's Seattle's team.
I'm not denying
that's their franchise. So,
but why not add and give it Seattle one?
No,
OKC is a crazy fan base. They got loyal.
There's nothing but bad teams in the NBA. You don't need 2 more expansion franchises.
There's 2 things that I thought they would be contracting. And that's
they're not going to do it.
They're not going to minus teams. But you would think, if anything, you'd go the opposite way. And then not to mention even games, right? So you're adding more teams. It's still 82, and it's not like they're taking away games. So to me, you're going to naturally, just by adding more teams, that's another 15 players, 30 total, that there's not that many great players. You know what I mean? And so you start
adding water already to lemonade.
Yeah, and it's just you start watering down the product. You get teams with lesser. And if they're tanking now, that's 2 more teams that aren't going to have the talent to really compete. So that's 2 more teams that could potentially be tanking. I mean, I just don't think it's necessary. When, like I said, you would think it's a contraction between games and teams. You think they'd be going smaller. But
it's just great. Let me tell you something. I grew up in the era with the right number of teams when they had 24 teams in the leagues. I'm serious. 24 teams. If you did that, you take all, like currently, right, 30 teams, take players off of 6 teams.
Great players
and add those into the league, okay? Like what league could you have? Same thing with baseball, 24 teams. take those players off Tampa Bay and all these other Pittsburgh, whatever.
Florida.
Right, and put them all on these other teams. It would be incredible. And then weed out the guys who are on those teams who aren't really good, and then the league would be stronger.
You have some really good teams. You'd have some depth. You'd have a bunch of teams that can compete. You'd have less tanking. I'm totally with you. That's why I thought, if anything, again, you're adding everything, adding more teams, and keeping the games when they should be less, because 82 just seems like it's too many right now. Guys don't want to play. Guys are hurt. What were you saying off the air? I don't know if you want me to put it up, but you're talking about buying games, like going to games in the NBA right now, because you and I sit up here nightly, and we'll be like, why is that score so big? And we realize, oh, he's not playing. I
just don't. We're looking at Portland's leading Brooklyn 93-78. Okay, there's plenty of blowouts. But my God, you know how much those tickets cost
in
to sit down there in Brooklyn, right? Down on near the court. I just like seriously, they're not $15 tickets.
Oh no.
Those are expensive seats,
Price
and I don't know how people justify like
$8,000.
You know, you just spent money, a night out. You paid $100 to park. You drove in New York City traffic to get there. Like, there's a lot that goes into it. And now you're watching another 30-point blowout. How do you do that?
And it turns into Charles Barkley and him trying to figure out who he play for, because I couldn't name you a net. I don't know. Is Jason Kidd coming through there?
There's a lot.
Is Dr. J coming through that door, Rob G? I can't name a net right now.
But you get what I'm saying.
Claxton is Rob G, you said Claxton too. Nick Claxton is Mr. Net. Who would have thought that he is going to have his jersey retired? Who would have thought they might give the Dale Curry treatment?
He's actually a good player when he's around other good players.
He has to be miserable.
Yeah.
He's been the best player in the Lakers have had Nick Claxton at least 5 times in the last 6 years. How many times has your team traded for him?
You feel worse for him or Lauri Markkanen?
Oh, definitely Claxton.
Because Markkanen is like an all-star level player who they've been benching on purpose for the last 3 seasons in Utah.
True, but here's why. Yeah, you start to see what they're doing there. He gets paid a lot, and you start to see what they're doing there, right? They got some talent. They got him. They got Triple J.
The team sucks.
Because they're not playing. They got Triple J. They got him. They got some other guys. What's my man, the big dude?
Walker Kessler. He's hurt right now.
I know, but what I'm saying is, they're trying to get one of these picks we talked about earlier, one of these phenom freshmen. So you see what they're doing. I don't know what Brooklyn's doing. Like, they got talent over there in Utah. Ace Bailey might get better.
5 first-round picks last year, and they used all of them. Yeah. You can't even play 5 players on. Like,
it don't even make sense.
What are you doing?
It don't even make sense. You have to trade a couple of those to get a known commodity.
For sure. That's what I mean, though. I don't know. Utah, to me, looks like, I know they shouldn't be tanking, but I see what they're doing. And what's his name? Danny Ainge over there, I kind of trust what he's doing. Like, he what do you mean? No, did you not see what he does?
Ain't nobody trust Danny Ainge.
Okay, I'm sorry. Did he not have the Celtics looking good for 20 years or however 50 hours long he was there?
How many championships they got? 1 with him?
Okay, they went back, and then they got all the residual effects.
They got 1, and because of him, we got to watch Perk and Eddie House and Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce and Tony. All of them got podcasts or television shows off of 1 championship.
Look at them.
1 championship.
Still giving out jobs.
I wish the 04 Pistons would have got that kind of love.
Does anybody have Rip? I think Rip might have a podcast.
Chauncey Billups going to be in prison pretty soon, allegedly. I hope not, but allegedly.
Last call, 877-9905. It's the Yakubu of Fox Sports Radio.
Breaking news in the NFL, former Cardinals #1 overall pick Kyler Murray has a new home. He's taking his talents to Minnesota. He's going to be the quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, 1-year veteran minimum deal because, as we mentioned, the Cardinals are paying his whole salary, basically. And we haven't confirmed it yet. All they're saying is there's a competition. But all signs point to Kyler Murray replacing former first-round pick, the guy who got Sam Darnold out of town, the guy who got Daniel Jones out of town, the guy who prevented Aaron Rodgers from coming into town, J.J. McCarthy, looks like his days are numbered in Minnesota.
And I give credit to the Vikings. Give credit. We talk about this all the time, that at some point you got to just say, hey, we might have gotten something wrong. It's time to move on. That's a bar. And I think this is the case with the Vikings. I think I've been saying it's one of the first things I said since joining this show, because I joined right as football season was starting 2 seasons ago now. And I said, man, I've seen J.J. McCarthy, seen every one of his throws as a person born and raised in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And I was like, he played solid, but I wouldn't have jumped up to 10th. I wouldn't have given up picks to go get him when you might have been able to get him at the end of the first round, maybe early second round, and have your guy and let him slowly come along, and maybe he's your guy of the future. They, whatever reasons, bought into J.J. McCarthy, and if it weren't for him getting injured that rookie year, he may have started right off the bat. In comes Sam Darnold, who we did not know him. He was going to have an amazing season that year for them, and then go on to have a good season this past one for the Seahawks to the tune of winning a Super Bowl. So J.J. McCarthy got to play, did not perform well, was up and down, have a couple of quarters where he's good.
How many years did he play? How many games did he start, actually?
At Michigan?
No. For the Vikings.
What, maybe 10?
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Keep going.
And so what we're saying was, so we saw the ups and downs. Sometimes they have a good quarter, good half. They don't have a bad couple of games. So I think for him, there is something there eventually. But what I think the Vikings did and realized that we have a really good defense. We have maybe the best, maybe the second best receiver in Justin Jefferson. And I think, and some other good pieces on offense as well, tight ends and receivers. So I think they realized we got a chance to get a guy that has been very explosive at times, who has all the talent in the world, hasn't put it together most of his career thus far. But again, they believe with Kevin O'Connell and the way they coach up that they can get it done with Kyler Murray. It's a one-year deal, and I think they're just trying to say, let's see what we can look like if we put JJ back a little bit, give him some more time, get a guy who's explosive with a bunch of weapons, who wants to revitalize his career in Kyler Murray, and see if we can do that and get back in a competitive division, and where they won 9 with JJ, and I think they feel like, well, if we won 9 with him, what can we do with Kyler Murray? So I think this is something where they're going to say another reclamation project like we did with Sam Darnold, like we did with Daniel Jones, and now he's out here making $100 million. He's winning Super Bowls. Can we get Kyler Murray to play his best ball and help us get into the postseason?
Yeah, I just think this is, again, the guy's played 10 games, has been injured twice. He also, in the biggest game of the year, went to Detroit and beat the Lions. Go watch the tape. Like, he made all the big throws that they needed him to make. I'm not sitting here to tell you that J.J. McCarthy is going to be the next coming of anything. But after 10 games, the idea, we're just so ridiculous that everybody is supposed to be the same and develop the same. Aaron Rodgers sat for 3 years, and J.J. McCarthy is supposed to play and win 14 games after 10 games. I just think that the whole mindset is messed up with the way that they draft quarterbacks. But I'll tell you this. If Kyler Murray's healthy and can play with that team, is this on? Because I'm here to tell you right now that the Lions have officially dropped to last place in the NFC North. The Lions have dropped to last place. The Lions will finish behind the Minnesota Vikings, who last year only won one less game than the Lions. Without a quarterback, supposedly without a quarterback, they only had one less loss than the Detroit Lions. And now you're going to get a former first overall pick as a quarterback with a coach who's done very well with coaching quarterbacks up, with their weapons and their defense, and not think that they're not going to be better than the Lions with all the changes that have taken place in Detroit? Hello, 313, do you hear me? You should be shaking in your boots today. You should be scared to death that this division, that the opening that you had and a chance to get to the Super Bowl has closed. The division is way tougher. I look at the 4 teams. The Lions are the least favorite team to win that division to me. I'm convinced they'll finish in 4th place. I like the Packers better. I like the Bears to get even better and win the division. And I like the Vikings. I do. They have so much talent, so many players all over the place. Last year was a disappointing year. 9 wins. So the Vikings can do whatever they want. 1 year, approve it. Let's see what you got, whatever. Kyler Murray can be playing for something, for his respect, for his credibility, for his career. Those are dangerous things to mix in with that when you have weapons, when you have a defense.
Fox Sports Radio. It is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, on a Magic City Monday. Thank you to Miss Mary Mack, of course, for always getting us set on this last one, as always. All right, so let me tell you, you in the video game, celebrities are just a good time. Well, the Global Gaming League is a video game league with celebrity-owned teams. You got T-Pain, you've got Neo, and more. And they're competing in everything from Call of Duty to Tetris. You can sign up and join the league now at globalgamingleague.com. Go check that out. It is now time for Last Call. Go! Last call. Who we got, Rob?
How about Drew in Pensacola, or where the older people live, Drew in Diet Pensacola? You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Drew?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
What's
Doing
up? What's
good.
up?
What's up? Hey, man, I tell you what, there's one word that can fix the NBA and the tanking and can add the two teams in. It's called relegation. Just drop the bottom 8 teams, relegate them to somewhere, I don't care where, G League, make it up, but get rid of them. Make them battle to get back in.
Yeah, I mean, I know they
We
do
talked
it in
about that
soccer.
before.
They always
Yeah,
talk
we
about
talked about
regular.
that.
Right.
Thank you for the we've we appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yep, we've
we
got
hear
a couple
that.
calls.
Yeah, about that. That won't happen. It's just too much money and all this stuff. There's got to be a better way, though. Like, again,
It's too late for that.
Having the worst record should not get you the first pick. Like that. That's how you stop it institutionally. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to be rewarded by having the worst record. You'll get a top pick, just not the
gonna
first
get 1 or 2.
You're not going to get the override, and that would stop people. And somebody's got to finish in last place, but it can't be this where you have 10 teams tanking. It's just that is ridiculous.
Eric
to me.
Spoelstra said something the other day. Everybody asked him about the whole sham at a Bayou, as you say, or Bam 80 Bayou.
You know that went
points.
all over. Sham. Everybody's with me.
So, but with that, they asked him about. He said, "No, I'm not
Rob G. No, you're still not going to get credit."
I wasn't gonna say that. Rob G's sitting over there fuming right now. He got the Arthur fist going on too.
You do your thing on your podcast. You are not getting credit for this one. This is
the most listened to podcast on that network, Rob Parker.
That is true. I gotta go listen to it.
I didn't listen this week.
So I'm behind two episodes now?
Yeah, I listened to the first one.
You're behind the first and second most watched episodes in their history.
Yeah.
So are they giving you more money?
Yeah, that's
No,
right.
of course
Just keep
not.
on to it. How do you feel about it? Screw it. We got to forget relegation and all that. How you feel about the pod? Are you good right now?
About the pod?
Yeah, how you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, I got one problem. I was telling Elijah here behind the scenes. Chris Broussard, rest in peace. He's no longer with us.
Chris who?
Agreed to be the
Broussard.
first guest on the pod. You know, because Chris.
Brew.
Oh.
Yeah, you know Chris.
Hey, you hit me with Elijah.
I was
Who?
like,
never heard of him.
No, I couldn't. I didn't hear what
I
you said.
figured since I paid for his breakfast in New Orleans a couple years ago, that the least he could do would be to come on the pod. So I'm like, hey man, if you're still down to come on, let me know what days and times, and we'll work it out.
And the first thing he said was, "Who is this?"
Ghosting me. I'm like, maybe he's
Number
on,
not
maybe he's
saved.
on vacation.
Elijah, he was like, "Who is this?"
Yep. And then
Rob Guerra.
I
in
even
Los
turned on the
Angeles?
TV to see if like maybe he's on vacation. Nope, he's on First Things First right there talking to Nick Wright. You can't talk to me though. It's okay.
Did you text him on the weekend?
I texted him on Sunday.
Yeah,
you texted him at the day he's
It
preaching.
was like 6 p.m.
He's still preaching. Mary, tell him church be going on till 10 p.m. sometimes, depending on what kind of church you go to.
All right.